All the cameras are good except mine. Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to the Coastal Conclave. Thank you for joining us again on this lovely Thursday night. I will quickly go through our relaunched social media apps. So you can find us on all social media. Our primary focus there, though, is our Facebook group and Instagram. We're also on Threads, Twitter, what are all the other ones?
It's called X now, mate.
Yeah. X. So drop us a follow and say hello on those, and our social media managers will get back to you.
Can I just say that saying that we're on X sounds like we're on a 90s drug.
Yes. So,
maybe that was Elon Musk's.
I just suspect Elon knows something we don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it changes the whole
I'm
thing.
sure. I'm
Sorry
sure.
guys, I'm addicted to X.
Without directly insulting a very rich person.
I'm sure
that
he's
he's
watching
seen plenty of
too.
X in
Shout out
his
Elon.
life.
He's our number one fan.
So I will.
Top subscriber of the month.
We have a full house again tonight, and we'll pick up shortly in the middle of our combat from last week. But firstly, I will throw to Andrew for a very exciting announcement. So over to you, Andrew.
Oh yes. Guess what? We now have support from Roll with Advantage in the form of a 12% discount. Bow, 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 bow.
Oh no.
Air horns all the time.
Love it.
I'll be back.
Yeah. So link will be on our socials. In later streams, we'll try and get it on the in the stream sort of like overlays and stuff, so you can have a look at what the web address is to get this amazing deal. But jump on to Roll with Advantage and through one of our sponsor links on our socials, you'll gain access to this amazing 12% discount and be able to buy these incredible, amazing dice, which you probably can't see from there. But I've got a few, and I've got more coming because I am a dice goblin. But if you also want amazing shiny click-clack rocks that do the math, get on that.
Just have to show it off.
And also, before I throw it back to Luke, we still do have our Eldritch Foundry sponsor. So they are still giving us 15% off single mini purchases just by using the code SequelGuide15 and going through their website as well. They've got an amazing sort of customized mini creation sort of website, very similar to a lot of the other ones out there, but it's really, really good, and you can build your own custom mini in no time. So don't delay, get on that. Back to you, Luke.
Thank you, Andrew. To learn more about Andrew's dice goblin habits, feel free to catch up with our Secrets of the Conclave from last night.
It was the first question that was asked, so you don't
There is
time code early.
yeah. You just watch the first 10 minutes, and then I got in trouble for saying the real number.
I myself have refrained from looking at Roll with Advantage because my wife will kill me if I spend any money. So
They're so tempting.
there's some very, very nice options on there. I like those Vesuvius dice were very nice. They were
Yes.
very nice.
Yeah, I'm literally ordering them on one day.
Check it out. Use that code and get your 12% off.
The green ones are better.
Does anyone else have anything that they would like to announce or say?
Just really glad to be here.
Aww.
Came to knock out some Imperium.
I feel the same way, toss daggers.
Is that your new name?
Now, I have to remember what happened last week because I left it up to Andrew to do his recap video.
We won the fight.
Speaking of which, jump onto the socials to have a look at Lilith's version of events from the last session.
Yeah, probably not canon.
Yes, I should probably monitor those to make sure that they are in fact discussing canon events in case I have to veto anything. But basically, last week our intrepid adventurers returned victorious from hunting owlbears, or the mighty Ares, single-handedly defeating 2 owlbears.
I think it was 4.
Yeah.
It was 4. We were rewarded for 4, so we've killed 4. After some fast talking, we got double the reward. And then we awoke the next morning following some interesting dreams, shared dreams, from Falstus and Izmir, to find half of the town of Elenas had disappeared in the middle of the night, with nary a sign as to where they had gone. Some deft investigations and insight from our barbarian friend made some links between dreams and worshipping and some
And
celestial
that's
presence. Although it is still a mystery that is unsolved, our group headed off to complete their journey, this leg of their journey, to the elven capital of Ishvanor. And as they were doing so, they passed by an imperial prisoner convoy, where I goaded them into a bit of a fight. I didn't actually have to do anything. I just put them next to some Imperials and it took care of itself, as was planned. But after some very deft work from Eleni and Lolliput, they freed one of the prisoners, who then proceeded to fireball, confusing myself again, their prison guards, as...
Leaving our hands completely clean.
Yes. So we will be picking up with
Very toasty.
4 dead Imperials, a couple of dead horses,
Oh no.
a dead innocent prisoner, and some clerics who are uncertain, or some Imperial Templars who are uncertain as to what's happened. Only that their comrades are now all burning husks or piles of ash on the ground, and our adventurers will pick up there now. I'll just switch over to our
Now communist Imperials.
and
No comrades.
we are going to attempt to run the music again. So,
It was so good last week.
look, I did listen to some music during the week to make sure I had the right song properly this time.
We'll just see how it goes.
Now,
But
but
Just
we
roll the
all
dice.
know, as was discussed around the break room table at work today, that I have horrendous taste and understanding of music.
Oh.
So when it doesn't work, feel free to just yell at me in the chat, alright? So here we go.
Anime intro music. Go.
Oh, I know. I'm expecting the noodles just to blast.
How would that be a bad joke?
Now,
Say it would.
I feel like, imagine
Top
if, like,
10.
while we were in the middle of yeah, like, while we were in absolutely in the middle of combat, it's like, oh, that'd be sick.
last week we rolled initiative, so we are currently in combat, and it is the first Templar's turn first.
Oh.
Oh, thank God.
So,
I know what to do.
I guess
so
we'll see how
you
they
guys
go.
had 7 days to think about how you're going to get yourselves out of this mess.
I don't even remember rolling for
Now.
initiative, so 10 out of 10.
Yeah, you didn't roll very well.
I did it once.
Just blank it from
I
memory.
It
remember.
has been a week, so we probably have forgotten, so it'll be a surprise to when everyone gets to go.
Spoilers, guys, I'm last.
Now,
The
the
last first.
first of those Templars is going to look around, see what's going on, and then attempt to subdue their prisoner again. And she is going to cast... Where is it?
Some problems just take care of themselves.
One second. She's going to attack. Using... There it is. Guiding Bolt. Let's see if she rolls on that guiding bolt.
So since the fireball went off in like close proximity, was some of her restraints like burned off? Do we get to see a little bit more of her at the moment, or was she just like one of those burning dummies that you see in minus action films?
You can see she has freed herself with that fireball. Fireball? Why am I using fireball?
It's fun.
It's a great spell too.
Because I'm teaching 30 teenage boys how to play Dungeons and Dragons at the same time, and I just told all the spellcasters you're casting Firebolt. That's all you're doing.
Right on the whiteboard. Firebolt. That's the line.
Some of them are actually probably watching now. Now,
So,
basically, she had 3, so that's a miss of rolling an 8. As that radiant energy swirls around her hand and she makes a holy gesture and shoots it forward. The bolt goes flying over the top of the almost completely destroyed wagon. Very sturdy wagons, well made. Our dwarven friends must have had a hand in those wagons.
Used to hear the sound of it.
So that will be her turn. Aries, you are next. What would you like to do?
Alright. First is a bit of a rules question. If I use my bonus action to dash, can I use my main action to also dash?
Yep.
Or
Well,
not?
Well, it's just movement.
You've got charge here.
you're in
So you've got
space
charge.
or
You can't- You can't
Can't dash.
move, dash, and then bonus action dash. You do that, can't you? Yeah.
I know, man. I did everything wrong last week, so.
Move,
all
dash,
good stuff.
bonus action for dash. That's a road, yeah.
Okay, cool.
So now you can move like 400 feet.
150, but it's getting there.
We'll see you in Ishvanor.
He's like, ah!
Just this outline of dusted central left.
I'm
Very
going to
good.
do.
But still hasn't caught up to Vidaria yet.
Yeah.
I'm going to use my full movement speed to get all the way to the prisoner,
Yep.
and
You're coming around here and down this way.
yeah,
To the prisoner.
to the prisoner. I'm then going to scream out, jump onto my back, like, quickly, get onto my back, I'll save you. Does she jump on? After the
You'll
time
find out on her
coming.
turn.
And then I guess, I can only hold one of them then. I'll then hold a dash action on her turn if she does hop onto me.
Okay.
Can we play petition to call them Dash? No, I had it Dashins.
No.
Actions.
Yeah.
His name is now Ladasha.
I told her
Um,
Not
it's
fun.
the other cleric's turn, who is seeing you approaching.
Oh god.
He's going to come over after you, and they are going to.
Ares was the one that made us look like the villains. It wasn't me, see?
I'm trying to just be helpful.
I was just hanging out. I am absolved of guilt.
They're going to cast Bane on you, so I'm going to get you to roll a Charisma save for me. Please.
I'm so charismatic, guys, you have no idea.
However,
Oh, yeah. 4 minus 1.
alright, so you are Bane.
I don't know, I think I succeeded with that goal.
I mean, I've met you. You're pretty
And
charismatic.
currently, you can target 3 people. However, it's just going to be centered on you for the moment because they're still sort of assessing what's happening. So you are Bane, so you lose minus a D4 to any. Is it a saving throw? Attack roll or saving throw. So we have now got some concentration happening. Let me see. None of these are Bane, are they?
Probably not.
No, they are not. Of course they aren't. Because why would I buy tokens of things I actually use?
So you can buy more at.
And then she will close in. She will close into melee range with you. All right. That brings us to Lilith.
It's looking at like Ares just like freaking skittering his legs and sort of run around and yell out, "Get on my back!" to the prisoner. I look at everybody. I'm just like, "Oh my god, are we letting the prisoner out? Are we saving the prisoner? Can I go see the prisoner?" And I'm like giving you all look like, "Please let me go." And I specifically do not look at Foster's. And you give the thumb.
Yeah,
like,
we're
this is
both
like-
in the front having pauses to like go for a bud.
Before you finished, there was thumbs
that
up.
massive like Cheshire grin again just comes on the face, and she's just like, yes. And I am going to leap from the back, running forward, and I'm gonna use my bonus action.
I'm going to need to make an athletics check.
Yes. Gonna be
Jump
acrobatics because I'm fully sick.
Cool check.
Are you doing a flip?
Yes.
Really nice to
Yes, I am.
I was like, yeah, like, no, I'll use this one because this works. I'm like,
That dice.
I hit good.
23.
Sometimes.
23. Lilith just
Full-
vaults over.
Do a forward flip, leap
Hits
onto
the ground running
Last episode.
all the way up.
Overcome that logic puzzle.
I'm assuming.
Yep, pull
Fix up the camera
out.
for my standing.
Break this logic.
Pull out
Look at
my
my
rapier, and I will then cast.
Looks like you got a head, Luke.
Strong brain.
It does.
Big girl, good brain.
Yeah.
So once again, I start incanting my blade song. From the depths of the abyss comes a blade of blackened kiss, whispering secrets, cold as ice of death and darkness, sin and vice. And as she sort of comes in, sort of shadowy, sort of spectral sort of energy starts whipping around her. She pirouettes and ballerina sort of dances forwards. And then I will make a booming blade attack. as a action.
So you're attacking that one. Which is...
And is it's flanking with Ares?
Yes, it is.
Cool.
What's going on?
Is that the cleric or the Templar? Or the Templar?
Going on with the
That is-
music.
They're
Both the same.
class-wise they are.
I feel like I'm in a
This
nice
is still
spa.
like
How did you get on this
just
road?
up there.
Just relaxing.
Just relaxing.
It's a 23.
That does hit.
I look into
Yeah.
God's
Yeah.
eyes.
It's like a different.
And he takes 7 points of damage.
Alright, so you manage to slide forward and slice into that sort of soft, unarmoured part under her armpit, through the heavy plate armour, doing some damage. Weapon comes away
2,
bloody.
3, 4,
I have a
5.
question, Lilith. In the first episode, you said you did that in Elvish. Is it always Elvish when you like sing your songs?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so anybody who doesn't know Elvish,
You're just hearing
it's
gibberish.
just
I'm
like
just hearing
YouTube.
I was like, can you learn it in
Sweetie
Elvish?
shit, right?
Or-
Sorry?
Can you learn it in Elvish?
Yeah. I did actually think about that. So with mobile, I won't provoke an attack of opportunity. Then she's going to run over this side away from the target. And he's shimmering with booming blade energy. So if he moves, he's going to take booming blade damage.
Alright, it is now the prisoner's turn. She will jump on to Ares' back. So I'll get Ares to make a quick athletics check.
Acrobatics? Okay. Okay.
Um,
15 plus some big numbers, I think.
now let's...
Dirty 20.
Woo!
Alright, so you see Ares' back is... But she doesn't weigh much. Although when you run, it's probably going to be her running and your legs just...
I just pictured like, you know, when
So
people
the
are,
attack of
like,
opportunity
their knees
from
out. Kids'
the
tricycle, a kid's tricycle
Like a
situation.
pony
Templar.
skateboard.
is
It's
a...
the next My Little Pony.
Where's she going? Wrong tab. That hits, so her attack hits with her mace. Let's have a look.
Wait, I get maced?
No, she gets maced for 5 points of damage.
Johnson knocks it.
Alright. And she grunts in pain. And then she'll turn around and she is going to cast back on that Templar.
Oh, I was meant to take a -4 on that as well. I forgot about the bang.
Oh, yes.
That was 4. So that takes it back down to 16.
Still enough.
Thank God.
You just get the death wobbles in your knees a little bit
They
more.
just shake, my legs start bowling.
She will cast
Natural.
Polymorph. Yeah.
What?
On the one in the
I thought I was going to get
Wagon,
morphed into like
which
an
is
actual
this
horse
one.
and like be able to run for real.
No, but imagine if it was just your entire body, but your legs were still short.
The polymorph happens, but my head just like my whole torso just.
That is
turns
a
into pony.
13, which is a fail. As she is polymorphed into, let's say,
A trash can.
That big sandworm over there.
Yeah.
Near the TV.
I remember as an ancient white dragon. We will say, because I don't have any I know I do, an owl, a little bird.
Oh no.
Because
Arch nemesis.
It was you.
Drumstick number 1 all along.
At this point,
I'll
the
just
BB
save some time and
is
I'll just use this as the thing. It's not actually an owl. But I was going to do something a little more innocent, but I don't have anything currently prepared, so I'll just use that mini.
So what was she polymorphed into?
a little bird.
Oh, sweet little bird.
A little sparrow or something.
Yeah.
Yes, a non-violent bird. Although, all right. So that's her turn.
That triggers my reaction, and I can now dash 50
Dash
feet with
50
her.
feet.
I'm
As
just
you
gonna go
just
like out
see-
to the woods, just.
As you just see, as her feet drag along the ground, she lifts them up, and we're just going straight away.
Yep. Alt. I'll take any attack that I need to if someone has attack of opportunity.
She does have an attack of opportunity.
Isn't that going back to Elmist?
It's a 7. Yep.
7. I just want to go straight into the bushes. So if
Oh,
they try and look around, they can't just follow the path.
So you're just too fast. By the time she can react, you're already 15 feet away into the bushes. As you guys just see this blur of movement and a screaming young lady. Ah!
It must be so hard
and
living your
a
life
sparrow
in
just
the bus.
flapping there in the air. So I'll get myself back on the camera in a second. So it's Izmir's turn.
Okay. Seeing this display all around me, my face is going to go from concern to just focus. I'm going to shout out, "No witnesses," and I'm immediately going to pump a guiding bolt into the nearest Imperial.
So that would be our one with the concentration up at the back there.
Okay.
That would be the
Attack roll.
slightly different. These two, not a save. Go.
Yep.
That can be a concentration save if it hits.
Yeah. That's a 20 to hit.
Definitely hits,
Cool.
or just hits, I should say.
Ooh.
She fails her concentration save, so Ares, you are no longer banned.
Excellent.
So that's 13 damage for the guiding bolt.
An advantage on next attack roll.
Advantage on next attack roll. Very nice. Any movements?
I'm going to plant myself just where I am to make sure I finish the job.
Finish. Alright, so Izmir will stay there. That brings us to Vidiri's turn.
Where am I in relation to?
So you're about 30 feet on this side of the wagon.
Yeah.
You're almost at the Elven City.
Realistically, you're probably more like 6 miles.
I definitely would have stopped once I know all this is going down.
Pelted with debris from behind.
You just
Would I
see
have-
this fire coming backwards.
Would I have seen Ares run into the?
By this point, you would have seen that because you would have heard the firebolt when turned around, so you would see Ares on the right.
And Ares always screams when he talks.
I think I would have just followed that. I think just in the confusion and just following screaming and motion and. I think I'm gonna try to follow into the bush that way. If I can, I got about 30 feet.
Yeah. So it gives you in line of sight with them.
Am I able to see where he's going? Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, it's not densely forested. It's just a few trees and a bit of foliage around.
I might just go like,
Underbrush.
Ares, where are you going?
Away! Tactical move known as currently disengaging.
I think I might just hold any other action for now and just be following suit now to the left.
Okay. So Vidya is holding her action to. What particular action would you like to hold?
I was going to cast a Burning Hands spell.
Alright, so holding burning hands.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Maybe to be used on whatever is on his back at the moment if things go wrong.
Okay.
That's an AoE elevator.
Well, you'll be alright then.
Lilliput.
Okay, so the guiding bolt recipient, the most recent one,
Yep.
that one there.
The other one's still a little sparrow just sitting on the deck of the.
We've got a reverb coming from somewhere else.
There we go. There it is.
Okay.
I'll try and stay as quiet.
Like
Or should we just yell until he finds where the source of the music, the sound is?
Is that
Ah!
Check a
we can
1,
vote?
2. Echo. Echo. Echo.
Well, I'll just stop the music for a sec. And we'll see whether we can.
Does someone have the stream on? And that's
Is it coming out of the speaker?
It's not me this week, I promise.
Which means it's on your
Reverb.
laptop.
Yeah. I have the stream
That's
open.
what
Oh, you're
Yeah.
trying to watch it on a laptop.
There we go. So that should be
Probably.
better.
Probably.
Yeah.
That's probably what it is.
That's probably better. I had.
Yep, that's good.
back to my.
So that's been going. It hasn't been going for that long because I didn't flick over to that screen until fairly recently. So
Yeah.
apologies for everybody.
Okay. Most of all me.
Completely destroyed your turn.
That's alright.
Moving on to the next question.
That was a
Yeah,
lifeless
good shot,
turn. That
good
brings us to. Go ahead.
Okay, so we've got somebody who's tingling with a guiding bolt, thanks to Ishmir.
Yep.
Are they looking pretty rough?
Wounded, but all right.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, I'm going to go for a level 2 Chaos Bolt against them.
I like that they use like a finger gun, even though guns are definitely not part of this realm.
Just a really
Yeah.
mean.
So
That
pointy
you know.
is.
That you know.
Point, pop, pop. Yeah, not great either way. So 13.
That misses.
Ooh. Flies off to the distance.
As you do your finger gun, your bones break.
Yeah. My son goes, I pulled it I cocked it too far.
It's like a rubber band when you like try to shoot it. Sometimes it slings backwards.
Snaps his
Or it just goes
thumb.
up in the air and you're like, well, that doesn't work.
Alright. I like to think Lollipop's just been kind of like relaxing on a bag of potatoes and just kind of goes.
I mean, I just say
Back
that
to
person.
Spots.
I did it.
Oh, I
All the
didn't put-
potatoes are rotting
Oh,
and just
man,
sink
potato.
to the ground. You're like, well,
This is my life.
stinky potatoes.
Would you like to use any movement?
I'd like to use a free action. And,
That's not actually.
It's not free, but it's gonna be.
and just scream, no witnesses, Ishmael.
No witnesses.
Kill them all!
I can get on board with that.
Aleni's.
Wait, I thought I was last.
I rolled pretty bad.
But you guys roll the same, but you must have higher decks.
Okay.
I don't think we resolved that, but that's fine.
Oh, we probably did
Yeah,
resolve
mine's
because you did it
okay.
right
He's
here.
got rollers.
So.
He's won.
I want to see how much chaos happens before my turn.
Only because he's gonna.
Yeah, it's probably good at this point in most scenarios for forces to go last, so you can assess what everyone's up to.
So the Jesus, I should look at glasses. Is that like a bat bird thing in the
It's a bird. It's a little, what do I call it?
A sparrow.
Sparrow.
Okay.
I remember the echo.
Is that
What is going
one
on
of the
with my
people
brain?
we're trying to save or one of the people we're trying to kill?
That's one of the Imperials.
Yeah, you would have seen it was an Imperial before it got transformed.
That they are the people we are killing, correct?
Yeah.
You guys are just giving me lots of words. I'm just needing yes or no.
Yes.
Kill the.
Okay, how far away from Birdman am I?
Harvey.
About 30 feet.
Wonderful show.
Yes!
So you can get into melee range.
Can I Ozzy Osbourne the bird?
Damn.
You can. However, what's going to happen when you bite the bird
Oh no.
and it takes the damage is it's going to revert to the people form.
Does Eleni know
So-
what polymorph is?
In essence,
Doesn't know much of magic.
go ahead
Yeah,
and roll.
cast fireball.
Go ahead and roll for attack.
But surely your bite strength comes into this, right? If you can keep your mouth shut.
I hope so.
Where they
Am I
they've
gonna
got tactic
die?
you can use
Am I
to
gonna die
clench
one
it
hit?
down.
Just
Okay, is it possible for me to do the thing without dying?
Bite the bird's neck off instead.
Look,
Follow your heart.
Surely!
we might lose
What?
a lot of audience if we don't do this.
Yeah.
what in essence is going to happen, if you do enough damage to the sparrow, which is 1 hit point, it's going to turn back into a person inside your mouth. But we'll roll maybe like a dexterity check to see how quickly you can spit it back out. So
Okay, I'll
go.
ask you
Go ahead and roll. Roll the attack to see whether you
I've never
actually
asked you.
bite the bird because it is floating there. So
Well, that would be a whole.
Oh, Jesus.
It's a 24.
so you just grab hold of this sparrow and roll some damage.
It just has to be.
What am
one.
I rolling for damage?
Just
A
grenade
D12?
the bird.
Just my standard
No,
D12.
improvised weapon. So
I mean, the teeth are daggers.
look, you've got your teeth daggers in. So yeah, roll D4 for the dagger.
Do we just use dagger attack?
And you can add your strength modifier.
The human grenade.
I'm a rogue that doesn't actually have a dagger, so I can't tell you
I've
what it does.
never used a dagger in this game, and I've got a lot of rogues.
That would be a 6.
6 points of damage.
Yeah.
Now go ahead and roll a dexterity save. You can see the danger coming, so you
Yeah,
can have
advantage.
advantage. So yeah, no longer a
You got advantage,
sparrow.
advantage.
Oh, so maybe just roll again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Roll this twice.
Please.
Take the high number.
Please, Jesus Christ. Fuck. 7.
7. So it's not terrible, but
Oh,
you do take 4
Dislocated
points
jaw.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for
of bludgeoning damage as you don't quite pull it back in time, and
only
your
4.
and your jaw almost dislocates on the plate armor as it explodes out of your mouth.
Oh, I don't like that at all.
So we just get like a.
Teeth fragments fly through the
Oh,
air.
don't.
Oh. Don't worry, guys.
It's my
The
only
daggers
nightmare.
are
One of the
still
daggers
fine.
comes flying out.
No, it's fine. It's in there. No, look, honestly, worth it.
Yeah.
And she's still singing to me, what the fuck are you doing?
You bit off more than you could chew.
Alright, you got fucking inspiration die
Look,
off of that.
like I said, you guys put me in here for one reason and one reason only.
Earthquakes,
and I have
everybody does.
Purple worm emerges.
Everyone is welcome.
Yeah.
So now,
Yeah, that's
the damage rolls over, so she takes a little bit more damage.
Alright. I'm curious as to how Falstus is going to interpret all of this.
He doesn't. He just shuts down.
Let's find out. Falstus.
Lilith done at that point.
Ah!
No, she's just like, fuck yeah! Bite him again!
So the fireball happens, and I'm thrown against the back of the cart. Chaos starts unfolding around me, and I'm still leading this cart as I turn around and I see who was there? I see Ares run in. Come in. I see Lilith jump off the back, cutting through.
Zoom in.
Eleni's jumping up, chewing on a bird.
Just have a little snack, you know?
And I'm like,
Hungry.
so I'm just up, like sort of at the back of the cart, and so near me is 2 of the Templars.
The 2 Templars are inside their wagon here.
They're inside.
Or one down the side and one in the back.
Yeah, so there's one there, and then there's one off to the side, and you are there. So you're about 10 feet from that guy, I think.
So I stumble forward, confused by the blast and everything I'm seeing, and just yell, Templars! Stay your weapons! You're outnumbered!
Are we hungry?
We have no immediate quarrel, though I can see how that might be confusing.
Go ahead
Lilith's next to you just goes.
and roll persuasion check.
My jaw is swinging like some drug addict at a festival, holding this like half-bitten person, and I'm like, yeah, man, no, we come in peace for sure.
So that's 18.
Alright.
You're still holding on to the body.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's much like a jaguar, like
I'm
bringing out an
hungry.
antelope, just hanging in the
Araden's turn.
Nat Geo photo
I'm
over
going to
here.
devour you, my guy.
And he, however, says, "No prisoners!" Jumps over, runs over, and he's going to unload on the
I like him.
Templar. Die, Imperial scum! That's pretty good. And he's going to pump a
It says like
Divine Smite into that one.
That's
So,
fine.
where are you? Where is he?
Samantha
Falstus, just close your eyes, close your ears.
I mean,
and
you're
just
all
go
23.
see.
Can my weight screen be a mix of chopping wood and biting heads?
Yes!
Thank you so much.
You have a PhD in that.
And if we ever mute the stream, the cartoon will just be my jaw hanging loose.
Like that swinging.
So,
Little-
he swings down with his warhammers.
Our first merch is your face as a bottle opener.
Oh, brilliant.
That's a good idea.
Tremendous. Or a dice bag that it opens real wide.
So he does 10 points of bludgeoning damage and
30.
7,000 more damage as I roll all these
I've
dice.
just got to remember what.
I'm determined for us to
It
get
is
loyal
perfect.
now on the team. So we
So
can
it's
Two
just
to
two,
start with,
and
and
then
one
it
every
turns one every
level
level.
over
And
one.
you buy it, throw them at the
Sorry,
next
Dungeon
person.
Master. I didn't realise that my turn was over before Aaron jumped into the fray. Can
Keep going.
I just
The Oz
hold
Mum
my
maneuver.
action to
Yes.
prevent anybody from delivering a
Can I
killing
write these down
blow
on my feet?
to the nearest
berries?
Templar?
That's your fish.
Sure.
It's a feet in itself.
It's 14, 22.
Back to Harry.
And it plus 35 points of
Strong girl be-
radiant energy as he pumps a divine smite, and that Templar goes down after 42 points of damage from your paladin friend.
Jesus
Why didn't he need us to help him with the carrot?
Who does it?
Christ. Distraction.
It's some drinking
He
buddies.
just wants to
He
be
needed some-
entertained.
No,
That's
he
what
needed
friends-
meat shields. Meat shields is the word for it.
So that one, she is down, and you would like to
Well,
stabilize.
well, it depends. So, because with fireball going off, obviously there's just life has been extinguished. In this moment,
Yeah, music back.
do I perceive that Aradin is attempting to murder the Templar?
Absolutely.
Then yes, I do. So I could. I wasn't specific about it, but I suppose that would be using Spare the Dying.
Sure.
Cool. I shall do so.
Now, I don't know whether that's working or not. Let's do spare the by in touch.
It is, yeah.
So you run over, spare them. Alright, what are you doing? Scum
What's-
deserves to die.
You know nothing of this person.
I know much of the Templars.
You know much of an order. You know much of their leaders. You do know nothing about this person, Aradin. I swear to you. I turn into Sephiroth and I smite him. No,
The heavens are
Um,
speaking. I think
Which brings us back to the top.
That's why I'm Sephiroth.
So it is the Templar that is with Lenny's turn, and they're going to lash out. Actually,
Wait, what that's in her jaws?
Not my drugs anymore.
Oh, I thought. Oh, okay.
that was
I did bite,
did bite, and the dexterity save to see how quickly she could pull her head back.
And you like
So,
and it wasn't quick. but
otherwise, we
still-
would have had
Ant-Man.
Lenny birthing
Like a cat
a,
throwing out.
Beg your pardon?
a fully armored person out of her body.
Oh my god, like a chest burster.
So,
That would have been
yeah,
sick.
but also you would be dead.
Nah, no, I reckon I should
She's
take
just,
it. I got the hit
she's
points.
like, you know what? That's fine.
Just like tenses for a second. Absorb.
the Predator survived the chest burst.
First time I just I'm like, no, get back in there. You're one with me now.
You got an 18 on your check. Their friend has just died.
Who died?
They have a lot of conviction, and they are sticking true to their belief structures, and they are going to attack.
Got some teeth marking in their head though.
Actually,
It really sounds like they're trying to justify it to themselves at this point.
what
You saw the
she
inside of someone's mouth. He's like,
is
no,
going to
doesn't matter
do
what you say.
is
This is
cast
hostile.
You
Healing
started it,
word.
you finished it.
No, we started both applications.
on.
I didn't start anything. What do you cast?
Healing word.
What's that do? Heal word.
If someone's unconscious, they'll now be up and have turns.
For 9 points of
9?
healing.
Oh, that's a good healing word.
Get better.
That's pretty good.
Get well soon, but I'll say now.
2 4s in there. And then is going to, because that one is a bonus action. I chose the right one, didn't I?
Yep.
As the expert, no.
To now cast Sacred Flame on Eleni.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So a dex save for me, please. I should have done 12 dead, shouldn't
Does it have to be dex?
I? It does.
You got advantage.
Pardon?
You have advantage.
Do I?
Yep.
You say that, but I'll roll a 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. 18!
Hey,
Eat my
Damn.
So you just you feel the glimmer and heat of the holy energy or the radiant energy around you, and you manage to just sort of duck out of the way
Yeah, I've been to hell before.
as golden flame appears in that spot and missing you completely.
That sounds like
That's their turn. Ares.
Dash, dash.
Dash.
And as
Extra attack dash.
I feel bad.
as soon as I get action, so if I go down.
Expeditious retreat dash. Yep.
Whatever.
But
Yeah.
as I'm running, I'm also going to be screaming like out to her, but she's not going to be able to like really hear anything because we're moving too quick. Like the words will just get taken, but it's like, Remain calm. Ares is saving you, but you just hear.
And her face is
She's the
Holding on for dear life.
Jeremy Clarkson Top Gear thing.
that one.
They are.
So Ares is now completely off the board.
So
Carrying
at this
his
point,
passenger.
I'm 200 feet away
Yep.
from the situation.
With a potential criminal murderer, you know.
So nothing changed.
What I do need you to do, Ares, is to make a Constitution saving throw for me.
Or no.
I mean, it's not my worst stat. It's technically my second best at 12. 16. Oh, Constitution save. 16.
So you take 3 halves, so 1 point of fire damage that seems to be emanating from the person on your back.
As in they're on fire from their spell,
Possibly.
or they're hurting me.
You don't have any. Can't turn your head around.
I can't.
Would you like to-
if I
you can't turn,
I'll
no.
be intrigued and I'll die.
You're not an owl, my guy.
So,
You don't know.
if you would like to try and turn and look and see what's going on, you absolutely
It's
will.
literally the Forest of Endor.
That's
you
what I'm
turn, you
picturing.
turn.
It's like the speeders, and as soon as they turn, tree, and then they bot. Since I did get singed, I'm gonna do a quick little.
Make a perception check for me.
9 plus 2, 11.
There's a glow coming from the person. You can't really tell what it is, what it might be, but
It is hot and bright.
yeah.
Alright.
For a moment, you could have sworn that Videri was back there with her flaming hair.
Ooh. It's another 5.
All right.
Interesting.
Other cleric is going to stand up. I'm going to flick the music back over because it's going into a bit of a slower.
Yeah.
Falsus is dead.
Very much.
Crushed by a falling tree.
Just as you and I discussed before the session.
Something you sort
Wait, I didn't get to do my save.
Yeah, no, there's a reason for that.
It was a big tree.
No, we're playing Tomb of Annihilation. There's just some
Back to
traps
the
that
right
just
music.
instead. Sorry.
Imagine if all of yours was just like a misdirect, and you're like, no, don't kill them, and then you just walk up behind them.
All right. Then she is going to cast Spiritual Weapon behind Aradin. So I'm just going to put that there and attack him with her mace.
Do all Templars have like a stock standard looking spiritual weapon? Are they all like the same glowing sword, or are they all unique to the person?
That will hit Aradin. Give me 1 sec and I'll describe it.
They're all
Because she
Military issue spiritual weapon.
is a paladin of... Which ones are you flying?
Spiritual weapon.
It's got a little tag on it saying please return.
Please
Do you
don't.
please return to those? The church.
Alright. He takes... I'm doing it really quick. 7 points of bludgeoning damage. And then spiritual weapon's going to attack. It's a natural 20.
I am going to
And so, natural 20. Oh,
silvery barbs that.
I think I said
So, 5 points of damage. So Aradin,
So you have to reroll that.
reroll.
That 20, yeah.
silvery
Oh, I'm gonna reroll the
Such a
attack.
good spell.
Yeah.
Oh,
Bonus,
yep, so that's going to miss.
So
It
yeah,
becomes a
literally as she.
For some reason, I was
goes to
thinking negate the crit.
Stuff in the way.
No,
Yeah.
it's a reroll, and then it potentially could miss.
Lovely.
That's the
Shot of my blood.
I literally yell out. I was like,
Is that the Emperor behind you?
So that spiritual weapon is a very, very large flaming sword of Tempest, wreathed in radiant energy. So that was her turn.
I'm going to give.
Drugs to children, we know.
Let me update Aradin's
That's
health.
why he's
Not
wearing
yet.
to see
What a
the
healing
people.
bonus action.
Yeah, I know. I'll walk over to a child on the road and go, here you go, and I'll just give them mushrooms.
They have been killing people recently, so.
I'm going to give Lolliput the advantage from the silvery bulbs.
Alright.
So after I say, Emperor's behind you, I look at Lollipop and I just go, you got this, just focus down. And then I'm going to run in and flank that
Good you go.
cleric, yep. And then I'm going to Shadow Blade up.
Good tries.
Casting the blade up. What's it called? And I'm going to, I assume, attacking with advantage because I'm flanking with Aridin. Natural 20.
Go ahead and roll damage.
Right, I think she's down.
She's down.
Because it is many damage.
Didn't have a lot of hit points. Had 9 hit points because that was her heal. So.
18 points of psychic damage.
18 points. And she's got -9 health.
Ouch.
As that shadow blade lances out, slices in, and blood just starts to pour out of her ears and nose and corners of her mouth.
And I'm going to jump up behind the other one to flank with Eleni. So I'm kind of like totally Xenoing it, like sort of getting up on like one of the wheels and sort of just doing a flip and just going.
With that sound.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, that's all. What?
It's her turn. She's just going to stay on your back.
I don't take any more fire damage, do
No,
I?
that's on your round. That's on your round. Izmir.
Okay. Again, nearest Templar I'm going to see. I'm going to just I'm going to slice straight into him with my sword.
So you'll be up on the
Almost without
side here, but we'll
hesitation.
pop you down there.
Yep. All right. I'm going to go straight swing. Sick. Does a 4 hit?
You got advantage.
Funnily
Oh,
enough,
no, I didn't give you advantage.
Funnily enough,
I was thinking about you.
she just parries to the side, batting your weapon away with the shield.
With my bonus action, I'm going to get my my spiritual weapon up.
All right. Describe your spiritual weapon for us.
A long, glowing gold scythe appears above, ready to give them a haircut.
Now, as part of the cast, it gets an attack, doesn't it? The first round.
Yeah.
So I will definitely use
Go
that.
ahead. And,
Cool. All right.
Yep, go ahead.
16.
16 misses, unfortunately.
6.
Glances off that heavy plate armor, leaving a nice dent, but no damage.
I'm so sorry. I'm angry for you.
No, it's okay.
Videri.
It's not though.
I'm gonna just one more thing. I'm just gonna
Oh, sorry.
yell out to everyone. Honestly,
So just really-
no witnesses.
No
Can't
witnesses.
have anyone get away. Can't have anyone get away.
All right. So we've just had Izmir call out, kill them all. In essence, don't let them get away. Videri. You've just seen Ares bolt and continue just running, and there appears to be smoke following his trail through the trees.
I feel
Just moving so quick.
Kadaria's trying to decide whether to go back after
Like a-
hearing
like a-
that being screamed out, or I mean, you said earlier I could see Ares, so
Yep.
maybe I got a bit of a better look
So you can still see his movement. And
as to the prisoner on his back.
yep. Roll a perception check.
Yeah.
It's gonna look like he's going so fast.
On
He's on
the,
fire.
You should be pretty perceptive.
I usually 14.
14. You can see that she is glowing, but it appears to be her entire body on fire, not just hair. So you, based off what you know about your own people, probably not a fire genasi, but there is something
And can I
elemental
tell
about
if she
her.
looks distressed by this, or this is fine?
No, because she's facing the other way, but she doesn't seem to be trying to get off or escape from Ares.
She doesn't sound like she's burning alive.
No, she's not screaming. She doesn't appear to be in any kind of
It
pain.
seems normal to her.
I would say that as Ares is running away, and I pretty much know that I can't keep up with that, I'll head back into where everyone else is for about 30 feet, and can I see what would look to be the worst? Yeah, no.
You can come in this way and
Yeah,
you can see
yeah.
people. Yep. You can see exactly what's going on, although you can't see what's going on.
Is there just one
There's just one left and one on the ground, unconscious currently.
Radio.
If only you had fireball.
Who is left, by the way?
I think the person
Just
who
the guy.
Hell yeah.
Oh, you just happen to pick up a wonderful.
Scroll of fireball. Interesting.
I think seeing all this going out and after hearing my friends kind of yell out for help, I will cast a guiding bolt at the last remaining.
Go ahead and roll your attack.
This is the battle of the bolts.
Yeah. That could be. Oh, it was a natty 1 for 7.
Oh, unfortunately, that radiant energy sort of fizzles out and doesn't really eventuate.
Any bonus actions?
Deary's just having a tough time.
Okay. Oh gosh.
I know.
I know you're already on that one.
She either needs a new dice or somebody to cast remove curse from her. Nina, that is, not Videri.
Bonus
And if you need,
I know,
dice.
Roll with it.
Yeah, that will be it
We
for
just won't
now.
tell
I
them
guess I'll
that's
kind
it
of.
for Videri?
I say that I'll just be really confused and frazzled by the whole situation, and
Market guys.
yeah, not really being able to kind of grasp what's going on.
That brings us to Lolliput.
Yep, it's gemstone. Lilith has just asked me to focus down, so Lolliput gets up from his leisurely slouch back position in the back of the cart where he's been this whole time, puts down his juice box or whatever he's been drinking from, and looks at. So we've got one up.
Breakfast wine.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
Especially,
cold.
well, like Falstus, it's got Falstus written on it.
She why he drinks it.
Yeah. And so we've got one up, one unconscious, and Silver Bars gives me advantage on the attack.
Gives you advantage on the next attack, yeah.
Alright, another second level Chaos Bolt at the one who's standing up.
Go ahead.
Come on. Come on.
Ooh, it's
Dirty 20.
okay though.
Dirty 20, that hits.
Alright, so let's
It's called
do
Dirty 20.
this.
Yeah.
What makes it so dirty?
You don't want to know.
It's seen some things.
And done some things.
Alright, so damage type. We have.
Don't know what you're talking about, man.
What's that? 8. Thunder damage, that sounds pretty good.
8 points of thunder damage.
Oh, sorry. We have
Oh, no, so you rolled an 8. Yeah, okay.
13 points of thunder damage.
Alright.
I'm going to empower the spell and re-roll this 3 to see if I can get it to jump. So we want another 8. A little bit less. So 12 points of thunder damage to the one who's standing up.
Alright, so as that, there's a boom through the air as that thunder damage goes off.
This time I hold my finger gun like this, like brace.
Really?
And you can see that she appears to be a little bit stunned and is looking a little worse for wear, but still standing, blood streaming out of her ears after that sort of thunder damage.
I don't really have any bonus actions to do at the moment, so I'm just going to give Lilith a thumbs up, thanks, and pass on my turn.
As I'm on the other cart, I'm gonna go.
Lenny, your turn.
Am I still raging from last time?
Yeah.
No, didn't add any of that in. Whoops. Am I still holding? I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I can't see anything. Am I still holding whoever I had?
She's directly in front of you. Yes. Yeah.
Oh, it's a shame.
Just because.
Sorry.
Just because of the minions.
Shouldn't have assumed. What am I near? Where am I?
So
Someone please
if you're
help.
watching, Mitchell, get some male figures in for me to paint up as Imperial Templars as well.
Yep.
You're on the wagon.
So you're on the wagon there.
Oh, I'm on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're on the
There's
wagon.
The other Templar. I'm
so-
actually standing
Already?
there, so I'm flanking
Yeah,
with
Mitch.
you.
Yeah.
Okay,
So you got
then against the
So you have
one.
advantage on the attack.
Yeah, if you just want to hit it.
Okay. Could I just skull drag her down to under the carriage and then just push the carriage over her?
Go ahead and make an athletics check,
Jesus Christ.
which you're raging, so you have advantage. And we'll do a constructing tested check.
That would be a 24.
Now, I've just got to check her bonus.
You have
I
advantage.
don't think it's
Good
that
roll.
high, but
Yeah,
she rolled
yeah.
well, so let's just
I'll roll
double
again, but so far it's a 24.
give her a chance.
We'll take a 24.
She rolled an 18. So, yeah, you would just see grab around the skull, drag it underneath the wagon.
Yeah, it's like my hand is like tickling the roof of her mouth. Just checking the
I know.
palate. Yeah.
Yep. Just drag down underneath.
Yeah. Just a nice head where the wheel goes.
Go ahead and roll an attack with advantage,
Okay.
and then we'll do.
D4 for improvised or?
No, so roll your attack first. See if you hit it with a wagon, or whether the armor's strong enough. With advantage.
Please help me. That's more like it. It's a 22.
That definitely hits. Now we've got a wagon with 3 people, or 2 people currently on it,
And a 6'9"
and a heavy
half
wagon.
orc
Let's
who
go.
is very strong and rolled a 20. What did I say? 24, 22.
4.
Yeah. So like, just do it, mate.
I'm just trying to think how much damage we
Do
should
it and
do.
you pull.
Roll
10.
2 d12s.
Yes. Which one's a D12? Help me think.
It looks like.
Because this is a heavy wagon.
That has a
Still up.
skip
They're
chains on.
they're
Ah, 21.
21 points.
Yeah.
She's still alive, but
But she cannot move.
her lower jaw is coming loose, and you can see the jawbone hanging as blood just pours out.
And so while that happens, I just pop
and it's
mine
just
back
a
into
gurgle
place.
as she's trying to breathe, but she is still conscious.
Yeah, so while that's happening, I just pop mine back into place and lean in real close to her ear that's not filled with blood, and I'm just like, suck it.
Alright.
And that's it. Nothing else is said.
So much murder in your heart.
It's
I need to watch a video with puppies in it or something.
Like I said,
I think
you
we need
asked
I
me
think we
for
need
a
a break
reason.
to do just that. Watch some unicorns or
You
something.
know what? Everyone's
Some
welcome.
funny cat vids.
Yeah.
Something fun.
So, Dungeon Master, who's still up? We've got bloody cart murder happening over here.
And one between yourself, Aridin, and Izmir is currently unconscious.
Right, and that's the only other?
Yes.
Right. So,
Don't you dare heal them.
now,
I'm doing the Lord's work
an,
over here.
now, an unconscious creature, if I cast Detect Thoughts on, will I get anything back? Just
Look, I'll allow it. I'll allow it. You're just not conscious of
something
what
better.
you're thinking. So, brain patterns and brain waves are still happening. You're not dead.
I can tell you,
So-
her thoughts are like, oh
Go
my
for a
god,
similar
oh my
scene
god,
right
my
now.
jaw, someone
I
help
detect.
me.
I have a sense that in that moment, Faustus would have a sense of what's on the mind of probably survival, maybe their next of kin.
It's gonna be dark. I love the fact you're trying to get the pin code off this unconscious man.
So I'm standing over the body of this unconscious Templar, and I will cast Detect Thoughts on that creature, and my questions are around the prisoners.
All right. Her only thought is we must recover the avatar. Not that avatar. It's not Cora. It's not.
But-
Hayden.
James.
I mean,
But seriously, is it? He's like,
It's already
is this-
fine anyway.
Am I?
Is it
Next
the
round, if I take one water damage.
Save the avatar. Okay. Alright, cool. And then I guess on the next turn, assuming that no one tries to end this creature, I will probe deeper. Into the creature's into their mind.
So sorry, what was that?
I said probe deeper.
I bet you did.
Okay. Into the mind.
And 1,000 Laura Baileys across the world cry out at once.
So we must.
Look, I can see. I can see it.
We must recover the avatar. Sorry, I know it's Aridin's turn,
No, it's okay.
but do I get an impression of moral compass? You know the goodliness of this, Templar.
How much
Recovery-
did you shoplift as a teenager?
So she is a devout follower of Tempest.
Yep.
And believes herself to be doing his work
Mm-hmm.
and the work of the Imperial.
Not very well, if you ask me.
And appears to agree with what her orders are and what her role is as a Templar.
Right.
And then there are thoughts of fire and flame and death and destruction.
Yeah, fireball. I'll do that too. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
And
thank
courage.
you. So I'm just reading minds.
All right. Aradin is going to smack her with his hammer, and because she's unconscious, that's just a automatic
Sounded
crit.
like no lie, like the
So she
shit.
fails 2 death saves. And I didn't actually roll a death save on her turn because it's a fail. He just crushes her skull under his warhammer, and then uses his boot to finish off the job. You can attempt to stop him if you like.
Don't.
Well, I think reasonably I'd have to roll with disadvantage because I'm in the middle of casting Detect Thoughts,
Yes.
right? So,
Yep.
Are you still in her brain when you have this?
Oh yeah.
Oh, you're gonna see it outside.
Is this gonna be a Freaky Friday?
so what
This
was
is the
I
moment
rolled
that we
a
break him
10.
and he turns violent.
He rolled higher. So the attack goes off, and he manages to do that and finish her off. As her blood and skull is just scattered and her brain matter appears in a pool on the ground, as it just sort of sloughs out of the top of her head.
I collapse to my knees.
No!
You've got a wicked headache, my guy.
And then he moves over towards the other one. Which I'll move.
Is that my one?
Yes.
My way.
Yeah, no touchy.
That is mine.
Do they have CSI in this world? I mean, should we be...
Well,
You're gonna come and
They have something better. They have Speak with Dead.
Oh,
So-
they really don't
You're not
get
gonna
it.
speak with them.
I sign everybody that just says Eleni was here and then the year.
And they're probably going to sign the bodies. Yes.
Yeah.
Plus there's like
Although,
spells,
you know,
spells,
we've seen-
necromancy and
Well, actually, based off what we drew last time with our work of art, it could be a lifelike portrait of the entire group left
Everyone naked.
carved in as a tattoo on their skin.
Yeah, if you've ever passed out at a party, that's how I leave the bodies.
So that brings us to the guard who is now currently wedged under the wagon.
Oh man.
So she's going to try and make a strength check to get up, and I'm going to assume that Eleni is still holding.
Good luck, Luke.
So you can, it's a natural one, so she fails. I want to make a
Oh my
roll
God,
on that.
Can it roll
Um,
backwards now?
Sink
Look,
further
it's a
in the
natural
mud.
one.
'Cause
Yes,
you
it
suck
can.
So
Yes,
You're
Um,
stamping like.
So that's the end of her. As she tries to get up, and Eleni just slams her back down, and the impact nearly knocks my glass over. Rolls the wagon back over her head and just crushes her skull as well. We'll come out of combat.
But if
We'll
you
come
were
out
in
of
my
this.
head then, you would just hear a whole lot of giggling and nothing else. I'm exceptionally chipper after this battle.
I'm just stopping.
I'm just walking around and I'm like, this has been a great day.
he's been having a great day today.
Yeah, is anyone else feeling the
Flip
limber?
us.
And I'm like stretching out, and I also stretch my jaw around. Find my dagger and put it back in.
So we're out of combat now. I will clear off the minis in just a second. But what would you guys like to do?
Celebrate.
We'll wait to the break for that. 'Cause we're not-
Just like this.
Movement dash dash.
With no idea what's happening, Ares has to make another Constitution save, and just keeps on running in a straight line, dodging a few trees here and there.
Big old 7. It's
The
technically a
fire is
lucky
becoming
number.
more intense as you can now feel heat on your back. That's cocked. 3 points of fire damage. As that burning sensation is growing stronger.
Like gonorrhea.
I knew it was coming.
Yeah.
Ha.
Like I read.
Well, once I get sufficiently far enough that it's like, alright, it'll take them a while to like
Yep.
catch up in their heavy play, I'll stop
Stop.
and then I'll like properly like look behind me and be like,
Drop and roll.
stop flaming me!
You
I'm
turn
not
around
fireproof.
and you see that beneath the robes appear to be a magical item because they're not on fire themselves. She's entirely made of liquid fire.
Ah, that explains so much. I also have a similar
And the
cosmetic.
heat coming off her is intense.
So what you're saying is, she's hot.
Smoking hot.
Did you say? Did you in character communicate that to this creature?
Well done. Wow, I'll be honest. Flames. I'm actually very familiar with the flaming kin that you are. I happen to be best friends with someone that's on fire. So
That's my best friend.
What languages does
Thieves can't common halfling.
Hot.
So you don't understand the words that she's speaking to you.
What's the other one?
And she responds in a strange guttural. Oh no, they have sub-languages for each of the elementals, don't they? Yes, they do. More of a flowing sort of. I'm going to go with aggressive language.
Does it sound like Lilith when she's reciting poetry?
No, it does not.
You sound like someone flicking a lighter on and off constantly.
I see we've hit a bit of a language barrier, but luckily I'm incredibly intelligent and I will communicate this through hand signals.
You don't have hands.
I saved you.
God.
She's just like.
But wait, how did she understand when he said get on my back?
she's
Plot
trying
hole. Plot hole.
Tension.
Well, she may be
She can understand common.
Then she shouldn't be confused by
So she's just looking at you like, what the hell are you?
Alright,
She nods, and she speaks, but you don't. She's still speaking that strange language.
Alright. No, I can figure this out. It's just an entirely different language. I can pick that up in like a minute or two.
We're gonna start a war.
Let's see. You were trapped. I broke you out. Shake your head if you agree.
Shakes her head.
Trots fantasies.
Alright. Well, luckily,
Alright.
there's another solution to this that we're not seeing here. The only problem is, I feel like I think we just ran like 3 miles, and I left people that could communicate with you, since you clearly can't understand my intelligence. So I'm gonna go. We'll go find my party. I have a bunch of followers, you see. I know you can't understand any of this, but I'm gonna keep letting you know. We'll go find them together. We'll walk, not on me. So I'm gonna like pat my back and shake my head. No. You, me, walk that way, and I'll like
She
point to
opens her
everyone.
mouth, and you hear like a steam sound, and like the crackling of burning wood. But then you see a series of images in your head as she casts message.
Excellent.
And you get the gist that she says, thank you, I need to escape the Imperials. I need to go somewhere safe so that I can prepare for my return home. That's the image you get when she says home is a plane of fire.
Lovely. What a lovely place you come from. Very cozy.
The voice of I can understand common. I cannot speak it in this form.
That honestly makes things so much better. Now that I can just speak freely, I am Ares. You've probably already heard of me if you've dealt with the Imperials. I'm kind of a world famous hero, and I can definitely solve your task within, let's give it a couple hours. I know how to get to your flame dimension. Somehow. I'll have to figure that one out in a couple hours. For now, somewhere safe. I mean, as I said before, my followers, they're pretty good at protecting.
Sure, they've muddled through it by now.
You could go to my hometown. It's like real quaint. The Imperium's like at the edge border. And there's like a bunch of little halflings. What about that? Or do you just want to hang out with me and I'll solve the problem for you?
The images flash through that very intensely that she needs to return to the fire plane.
Right. Cozy. Let's see. How about we start walking back to where we came. We'll hang out at a safe distance until we stop hearing screaming and yelling and dying. And then we'll go in. Because that will mean my followers are victorious, because I taught them everything they know, so they should win this fight easily.
You seem very confident.
Definitely am.
Can't confirm.
True.
True.
You're certain they can overcome the
No,
Templars.
Oh, well. In all fairness, I could have taken out the Templars with you on my back, still saving you at the same time. So however many of them there are, I don't count them. They should have been able to take care of it easily. One of them almost cut my leg off, but I was too strong, so they'll be fine. Let's walk back separately.
Your friend tried to cut your leg off.
It was an experiment, and I succeeded.
Okay.
While we're walking back, I'll let you know. Keep your eyes on the sky. There's many villains in the sky. But yeah, let's go. Let's go find my buddy. In fact, we have another. As I said, one of my best friends is a flaming person like you.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh god.
With advantage, you did save her.
All right.
16.
16 plus what's my persuasion? 16 plus minus 1.
Plus or minus is a plus, isn't it? Or is that minus or minus?
A minus is a plus. With advantage, I get a 17.
So much better. No, she lead the way. No, I know the way. And instead of walking, she is just floating a few inches above the ground.
That is.
So you didn't need to get burnt at all.
No, she could have done this herself. That is actually quite remarkable. In fact, and you can't let my followers know this. This is going to be a secret between you and me, Buddy O'Pal, the person that I saved. I'm actually trying to learn some magic on the down low. Can you tell me how to fly? But don't let them know because they can all do it and I can't.
I don't know how to fly.
Yeah, how do you do it? Tell me, how do I do it?
What?
You're not touching the ground.
Oh, that's just me.
Yeah, but how do I make me just like
I
that?
suppose you could learn to levitate or something like that, I guess.
Excellent. How do I do that? Can I learn it in a
I
couple
don't know how to
seconds?
levitate.
Oh my goodness. Well,
Pegasus over here.
so you just naturally float,
Yes.
and you can't tell me
Yes.
how to naturally just float.
Well, you could be what I am.
Excellent. How do I become a being of pure fire?
A chili bean,
Wow.
if you will.
I suppose there are some rituals where you could, I don't know, kill yourself and be reborn from the ashes. I guess.
That is something I can
I can
do.
burn you if you like.
You know, let's put a pin in that for now. Let's keep brainstorming, or flame storming, if you will. Ha ha ha. So you don't have a brain,
I can
you're
do that.
fire?
I can cause a storm of flame.
Excellent. Keep that in the back pocket. I saw what happened last time you did that.
So what happened in the front pocket? Big fan.
Big fan. Yeah, let's see. How far away from the camp are we? From the camp.
You what? You did it twice, which is
Let's just say they're there.
about 400 feet. What are you guys doing while he's off having this
I
conversation?
really love this visual of this fire elemental hovering, probably leaving this kind of fine trail of fire in the ground before she goes, and this tiny little centaur just
Hovering
being
the exact height.
Gesturing
Trying to
wildly
get-
as if-
And it's always the same gestures too. He's only got this whole repertoire.
So he's an Italian centaur.
As they come out of the trees, I'm absolutely thriving.
Yeah.
While you're crying on the ground, I'm like, yes!
Still doing the wheels
So
of it.
good! Yeah, just trying to make fertilizer.
Oh no, you keep doing
I'm just looking at Foster's. I'm like, and you were worried about me.
Does anyone need any ingredients for potions? If you need powdered bone, I got you.
Lollipop would like to hop off the wagon that he's currently on and head over and actually go investigate the other prisoner who I think was incinerated.
Yes, it was.
Completely? Or
Yeah, you can find little bits and pieces of it.
not much more to kind of
No.
identify him.
Under the wagon.
Good job there, Eleni. Keep it up as I'm on the wagon and she's pushing me back.
Yeah, doing it for a run.
Investigate the wagon in general.
The wagon ride. Is there anything on
Just the wagon
to
or
steal?
corpses.
Oh, I mean, if there's any corpses near my house.
So you got the two Templars there.
Yep.
The guards in front are very badly burnt and don't appear to have anything of interest on them. But roll investigation checks if you would like to loot. The wagon is heavily reinforced, and it's pretty clear that and based off the damage it did through the heavy plate armour, it's clearly been designed to try and accommodate a lot of prisoners and very powerful prisoners as well.
19 on my investigation.
19 on investigation.
Natural 20 for a 26.
I got
Alright.
an 11, so I found that there were dead bodies.
Yes.
I'm still alive.
They look like they might have been Templars, but you're not sure.
Really?
Lilith, Wildfire. So you find that the Templar that was crushed by the wagon has a very well-made warhammer that appears to be magical,
Worked really well for him too.
as does the shield.
So I'll just take them and just put them to the side.
And you find
You heard that too.
Yeah, I love that. It's me.
There's someone staring
88
at us
gold
right
pieces spread among the damaged wagon and on the various bodies.
88.
88
Stick
gold
number
pieces.
one.
Did I find anything with my 19?
You, on the other corpse, do find a magical amulet of some sort.
What?
Yes. Or a fancy-looking amulet. You don't know it's magical yet.
This looks absolutely. See how it catches my eye. Like,
Yeah,
you're
you're
ashamed to
inside.
leave this.
Do I find?
Oh no, we're taking that. I
I know.
mean, the Warhammer and the shield seems to have some sort of magical aura. I can check that
See
out
that
as well.
bolt around your neck?
Yes.
Possession is 9/10 of the law.
Yeah, exactly.
Do I
Oh, so
find
you're not-
anything
you're not
big
gonna
and
find out what that
obvious
is.
in the carriage while I'm like patting it and being like,
Not
"You're
right.
my favorite weapon."
So in the carriage, you do find the binders, the manacles that they had around them, that do appear to have some runes engraved on them, as if they
Thank you.
might have been magical. There's no sign of the muzzles or other bindings.
Can I keep them?
Sure.
Oh yeah.
Magic.
So
manicle.
while I'm
Magic
sort of pondering what's been happening over the corpse of one of the dead there.
That's right. Tone time
Does-
not useful.
With my history and experience of living in the Imperium for some time, is there anything that would be familiar about this particular, convoy or caravan? Would I notice, for example, that it's like it is, unique or special? Is there anything that I observe about it? As I'm sitting there thinking about what's going on.
So you can roll a history check if you like.
Oof.
Do you do anything?
Not great.
Or is there what other skills would we have that might be proficient in? Let's have a look.
I got 10.
A 10.
10.
Or you could roll insight if you prefer. But
I will stick with history.
or religion would work. Although you're not a cleric, so probably
But it's
so
my
probably not
strongest one.
religion.
But I am a priest.
That's true. It's probably more heavily guarded than other convoys that you've seen of prisoners. You haven't sort of seen something quite as openly inhumane as the way they were bound and just chucked into cages. And usually they're probably dealt with a little bit more in a more civilized fashion, rather than sort of just beaten and thrown in the back of a wagon and transported. But other than that, it's not unusual for prisoners to be transported from the Northern Empire southward.
So just the manner in which they're transported is different. And I start to look for any paperwork, documents, anything that might sort of indicate more information about it. No, and I know a little bit, but I haven't shared that with the group yet. So I'm happy to investigate.
Well, as part of Lilith's natural 20, would have found any documentation, but there was nothing overtly interesting on them. So
I wouldn't have found it interesting, but I would have put them in a pile somewhere and be like, "There's some stuff here. There's not much
so
there.
you go ahead and roll
through
a
most
check
of it."
as well, an investigation check of those documents to see if there's anything of interest. No good. They're just sort of, they're sort of writs of authority and things like that. There's nothing specific about the prisoners or what they were doing. So.
Because we're doing obviously very well, no survivors, but also no witnesses. Can I drag the cart like off the road into the trees where it can't be seen and then burn it?
Sure. Yeah.
You and I are.
Takes a little bit of effort. It is a very heavy wagon. It does have
We're
wheels.
very
Though. You're very
strong,
strong. There are also 7 of you. One of you has fire hair. You've got someone with you that's made of fire.
I
It's
make a
quite
point
easy
of
to
not
set
helping.
light.
Do we do another eulogy for it and then have her cast?
I'll fix it.
While they're doing that, I'm going to be ritually casting Identify on the 2
Alright.
items, Warhammer Shield.
I will
Are you gonna give
get
the
those sorted in the break for you.
remnants in the cracks of the cobblestone last rites, or is that for me to do, or what's it like here?
I just always want to
Are you
know.
asking Faustus?
Yeah. This is Eleni's voice. I can't believe you can't pick up on that.
It's a clear character voice.
Yeah.
It's clearly different to my normal voice.
I'll just remain quiet.
I'm also not helping, but it's more because I'm lazy.
You're in the carriage.
No. Going for a fun ride.
Aradin does go ahead and he pulls out a vial of his holy water and he goes about what you recognise as like a cleansing ritual and a sort of a forgiveness of soul ritual, but doesn't move to bury them.
So I notice the forgiveness of soul, and I say to Aradin, "You can cast that on yourself, fair dwarf."
I have no need. I'm charged by my god to rid the world of these.
Do you have a unique ability to stare into the hearts and minds of men and women? That I'm
The
unaware of?
Templars, yes, they're twisted creatures, twisted to evil.
Templars, all of them, in service
Aye.
of Tempest, one of the gods of the tribe.
We're not seeing what they've done.
I've not seen what this man has done.
Oh, there's. Look at this one. The fire elemental, you can't see any damage on anymore.
That's what I did.
She was bound and gagged and bloodied. A child.
And so if you were,
Does your god allow that? Mine doesn't.
if you were tasked with orders, you know, and I understand that if those orders were unjust, there is some responsibility on the individual, but I still put it to you, dwarf, that you did not know the heart or mind of this person. Yet you saw it fit to cast judgment.
Aye.
I guess that our gods just see things differently. And I walk away.
Perhaps. Minds of justice. Creation and protection. Not justice.
So, about who's your god again?
Moradin.
Moradin.
Love this cleric
If your,
Mm.
if your god be Moradin, you seem to carry the wings of a dragon. Are you claiming the power of Bahamut over these people that you would be able to judge? Did you call to your
Protection.
god before you brought down
Protection
your
of the innocent is my role.
the innocent? You don't even know if these were innocent people.
Aye. I do.
Or you,
The Templars are interested in them. They're innocent.
Well, you have to share with me stories, good dwarf, of what you know of the Templars.
Aye. We've time on the road if you like.
I'll think more on this. And I turn away.
Alright. Is there anything anyone else would like to do?
Yes, with all of the bodies, once everyone's pilfered everything and done all of that, I'm just going to give Eleni the nod.
Mm.
We're going to start gathering the bodies in a large pile. We're going to lean over to our flaming friend and we're going to ask for some assistance with taking care of this if she's willing and able.
Go like this and just kind of
They try to talk it up like
So we,
I have the same
I'll walk
problem.
over to you. Can you please help me lay these men to rest?
Do you want to say anything before?
Absolutely. I'll kneel down. I'll say some rather generic words of blessing and moving on, and ask if you can ignite them, if you will.
Well, yeah, absolutely.
I've been on my best behaviour, having swept up the mess that I made.
It wouldn't take too much.
Right.
Yeah, truly.
You're just really good at it, you know? You do it a lot, so you
I
just
am
get
an
really good at
expert.
cleaning it up.
Yeah.
potentially use
Well, like to finish what you started, so
Yeah.
you picked up the one that you half ate and then just finished the job.
Yeah, you know, like the cleaners.
Alright,
Yeah.
we will take this opportunity to have our break. So we'll have about 5 or 10 minutes while we sort things out. And I'll sort out some magic
Well, we
items.
clean
It's
up.
going to take longer than 5 minutes to sort this lot out.
Yeah.
Here he's charged.
We'll actually go pray about it.
We will take we'll say 10-minute break, and we'll see you back soon, hopefully. Thank you for joining us.
Bye.
See you soon.
Bye. 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 Bye.
You have to do it, didn't you? Yeah. As soon as I press the button. Giggles. Welcome back. Thank you for staying with us through our break. We spent our time theorising what a reverse centaur would look like. It's not pleasant, people.
Somehow it's worse than Aries.
We might have to put it up on the socials.
Yeah. Admittedly.
I'll get it sorted.
This one as well, though.
Alright. We have just finished combat where we have.
Temple robs already.
We have just taken down a couple of Imperial Templars and looted their corpses and desecrated their corpses and then buried them and said a prayer for them. Bit of mixed feelings on the burial rites in the group. And now we are back together and figuring out what we're going to do next.
Yeah, I'd say around this point, Aries will like staunch on in with didn't actually ask their name.
The hot chick.
With the flame. And we're like, fear not, my loyal followers. I have returned after such a glorious fight you did in my honor. I made a brand new friend. It's I didn't ask their name, but they are made out of fire. So I was thinking they could be best friends with Fidiri because they're also fire. And I was like, I'm thinking they also want to go to more fire. So if we could start a bonfire as well, that would be excellent.
There's one just over here. It's a bit corpsey, but
A bit corpsey. Can you put the image back in my head of your realm? I just need to see if there was any corpses in there.
Yeah, images flash of just lakes of lava, flaming waterfalls, molten rock, very unpleasant,
Dead bodies.
pretty warm.
I'm gonna compare it with
Bleached
bonfire.
bones, sure, there's blood bones and creatures of fire and lava crabs and all sorts of things.
See, that's close, Falsters, and I'm glad that you took the initiative and started thinking before I even gave out the command this time. But we need, let's say, this entire forest on fire. And it's for this person. They want to go home, and they live in fire. And they're made out of fire. Maybe, Vidiri, do you know anything about the fire? Is it similar to, like, your candles?
She's just like, I want to hear this.
She's like, man, let's get back on the road.
So I've got
She does appear interested in Fidiri and your hair particularly.
She's gonna scalp you, run.
My fire.
do you know anything of these creatures, Vidiri?
Can
You can roll an insight or, I suppose, a history check.
Don't worry, everyone. I told them all.
it's only 9.
Everyone's been informed. I told them all about you guys.
All about
Let me just do a quick check on the origins of Fire Genasi real quick.
Maybe not the Forgotten Realms one, because it's real, what's it called? Prisoners with Jobs vibes.
It's horrifyingly greasy.
You do recognise to an extent that she's a being that would be native to the elemental plane of fire, because Fire Genasi are descendant from beings from that plane. But as to exactly what she is, you're not sure.
Yeah, fair.
And so, what do we actually see? Because Ares has had an interaction with this group. At the time, the only thing I saw was a bound prisoner.
Yep.
And then by the time I turned around, Ares is off with this. What am I actually looking at?
So just floating a few inches off the ground beside Ares is in roughly the same height, about.
As Aries, or is one of
much taller than Ares, probably
4 foot. I was
close to the sort of 5'8" range, but made entirely of liquid fire, humanoid in shape, and still has those same features that she had as a human, but there are no skin or flesh there anymore, and it's long flowing, flaming tendrils of hair. So, eyes in particular are glowing like a pure molten white.
I forgot the most important thing, everyone. She doesn't speak, except she makes garbledy noises, but she'll put a picture in your head to tell you what she wants. She keeps giving me pictures of fire.
Right.
She wants to go to the fire. Since I saved her, I figured I might as well send her home. So I think we just turn this forest into fire and she'll be home.
We're not burning the forest down. Anyway, as I sort of come in with a shield and a warhammer, I've got some things here. She looks interesting.
Yes, this is my new friend that I didn't ask the name of, because I can't really communicate with them. What was your name again?
Yeah, Luke, what is it?
I can tell you. Sorry, just checking something.
Imagine
Just Googling celebrity names.
She opens her mouth and speaks, and all you hear is like a hissing, steamy sort of sound and crackling, and you don't know what her name is.
Right.
So we ask her what's
The image that comes across in your mind of her name is just her and her identity. So,
What language is she speaking? Oh, I guess, is it
it's called.
Sylvan Ignis?
It
Primordial.
is. Yeah, primordial, and then there's the sub-language is it Ignan?
Ignan, yeah.
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 That's what I had to check. So I knew it was primordial, but then I
What
knew
the
there was
fire
some
one is.
sub ones. Yeah. So
DM, real quick question. I keep mulling over this one. Detect evil and good. Does that tell me like the alignment? Because I know it tells me what type. But like I'm just looking at the thing. It doesn't exactly say anything. But the concept of detecting evil and good, does that give me like a compass with that?
no.
They kind of changed the purpose of the spell, even though it's got the same name.
It's just
Yeah.
just the wording alone is kind of like.
It's
you go back
supposed
later
to be an
check that.
alignment
used to.
detection, yes.
It
But
used
now
to.
it just tells you a creature type,
It just tells you.
which in
what-
essence,
Boring.
I guess for some like Faye, it doesn't necessarily show alignment, but for the majority of those other ones, it does.
So Lilith just shows a question mark.
That's real.
You know what insight check to go along with it if you like, and see what you can get from it.
I would like to do that. I
She
just
is
kinda
definitely
like suss it out.
elemental.
Yeah. 19. I'm trying to just catch a vibe of kind of intent and alignment.
And like
in
if
any
she's
way
single.
that I can have hints of that.
You get the general vibe that she is a chaotic, neutral or good style of alignment. It doesn't appear to be
Cool.
evil.
Kind of
In
narrowing
particularly
my
in that
eyes.
what you've seen following the fireball
Yeah.
probably could have done some serious damage but decided to flee instead of murder people.
Cool. Alright. I squint for a bit and then I stop squinting. Does material know the language?
Lollipop would like to walk up to the fire elemental.
And
Good question.
introduce Duncan Knuckles.
Yes.
Also, she needs representation.
She may need legal representation. That is definitely.
Primordial. You
Um,
can speak primordial, not yeah.
Lollipop's going to kind of give her kind of like a look and say, a pleasure to meet you. The name's Lollipop Lothenway, and I hope this does not offend you. And there's going to be like a fire, which kind of, well, first like a wave of shadow, and then following this kind of like ripple of like darkness, Lollipop always seems to just erupt in flame, and he takes on the form of a fire elemental, but a male version of it, something kind of like approximating his kind of size and build.
So she usually takes a step back, and then she reaches out a hand towards you.
I kind of get pretty close and start to feel the heat raining off there, and you're like, oh,
Blisters and start to film.
maybe not. It's just a facade. I thought it might make you feel a little bit more comfortable.
You hear it still has that crackly sort of steamy sound to it, but it appears to be a bit of a laugh, yes.
It's
I'm
good.
trying to imagine what this language would actually sound like, I just can't do it.
Just boiling kettles.
Well, I think it's uncommon for me to agree with you, Lilith, but yes, I agree with her that we should not set fire to the forest right now. Well met, Lady of Fire. Have I ever seen a creature like this before? This would be the first time.
Would be the first time.
Remarkable creature. Never seen anything quite like you. You were bound in what looked to be a cruel and harsh way. If you could understand us, why was the Empire shackling you so? Why were you captured by the
So
Empire?
I'm pretty sure I said the wrong spell, which is basically fallen in mind meld with you. Definitely said message, I didn't I? Yes, I did. You have images. In response to your question,
dear.
Jesse is going to be Aries is going to be our interpreter, and you see images of magic use and higher powerful magic, and them trying to sort of drain her powers.
Oh.
I see. Hold up, guys. I'm seeing something. I see a very powerful spellcaster. It honestly looks like myself, but the Imperium's trying to get me. They're stealing my power. That's why I don't have any magic.
You're a spellcaster?
No, I think I was.
Not anymore.
And I also looked exactly like her. And they took my magic.
At that point, do I put two together and I just go, she's projecting images or something into your mind? You said that she could talk to you. I thought I overheard that.
Yeah, she keeps showing me pictures of like everything on fire.
Right, so that experience you just described was what she experienced.
But were you still a pony when you made of fire?
No, it was identical to her. It was like a splitting image.
And so you were-
And I'm just like, why do you indulge him?
He's a good boy.
While you're talking,
Scratches my
the heat seems to be dying down, and as does the brightness of the flames.
Her flames?
Yes.
So Ares, you're saying that she was draining your power?
No, the Imperium is the same, whether it be me or her, or stealing magic power. But when I looked exactly like from the pictures she sent me of myself looking like her, the Imperium was stealing my magic that was also her magic.
So Faustus, none of that happened to Ares. It only ever happened to her. The Imperium was stealing her magic.
For what?
Madam, you
That's a
appear,
good question.
you appear to be fading. Your fire is dimming. Is everything okay?
She offers a nod, and you slowly start to see that humanoid form replacing the flame as she goes back into that
So now she's
mortal-
just a hot gown.
mortal form. And so slowly you see the skin start to reappear.
I turn and raise
But the reverse of it peeling away, it sort of peels onto her body, and slowly reforms that shape. And you see that she does appear in that humanoid form to be quite young, probably early 20s, possibly younger. But the wounds do reappear from her captivity as she returns to that form.
Lolliput takes off his coat and, without looking, passes it to her.
She takes the coat.
It would have looked weird too because it would have taken off through my
Yeah,
my illusion.
No, Rose is like, this is so weird, this is so weird.
That's where he keeps his bottles, hidden in the cloak.
All my carafes.
Oh, wait, you seem to have been through a lot. It's very kind of you, Lolliput. What do we do now?
Nothing, leave.
She
Leave with
was-
the coat and go.
She wants to. Did she say she wants to go to the realm of fire? Is that correct?
I don't know if it's the realm of fire, but she wants to go to a place that's all fire.
Can she speak common now that she's in human form?
Yes, she can.
Can we stop asking questions around her?
Yes, you can if you like.
I'm not gonna, but I just
Yes, I do. I wish to return home to the plane of fire.
Oh, she can speak now.
Oh,
Yes, well met. Can you give us your name?
My name is Ashali.
Charlie.
Oh, it's a shanty. I get it.
Is your home around here? Is it nearby? I suspect not.
No, I am from the plane of fire.
I thought you were going to say deep south.
I am from the deep north.
Deep north.
Deep
Shanty is the
I
R&B.
And salami.
need to find a
Get a little
place of convergence to return home.
Which would be where?
I have no idea.
What needs to converge though?
Where were
The
you?
two planes of existence, the material plane and my plane.
It's where they overlap, Melanie.
Are there any
fireplace or
Probably like
volcanoes or
a rift.
places of great magic? Or
what about a desert?
Does anybody know? Does anybody know where?
Does anyone Does anybody
Does anybody know of a place of fire around?
Fireplace?
That's more like a volcano or lava stuff. Does anybody know this? I'm
Well, I
looking at
can
you guys like
roll
I
a-
don't know.
Is there a
Nature check.
volcano around?
There are some
Nature check,
rather
Nature
hot
check.
areas of the
Or you can do
Underdark.
history to see if you've heard any legends of volcanoes or anything like that.
I put forward desert.
Yeah, I'll do
That's
a
a
history
history
check.
I mean, I've
Although,
got nothing to lose, so
um,
may as well come on.
Lollyput as a drow.
Sound
What would you
about
like? You go, do you have something? Or
Yeah, I think we might be aligned. So in the Underdark, there's certain areas I think which are probably close to the magma.
yes. Lollyput knows that deep in the Underdark there are rivers of lava, and there is a realm or a civilization of fire giants. Probably a lot further west from your current position through the Underdark, but there are underground passages and places of great power deep in the Underdark.
In my homeland, in the Underdark, not too far away from our city, some travel west, is a community of fire giants, which one would assume there might be some sort of convergence or affinity to flame in that area. However, we are far away from that place. But maybe the Underdark and its spread, its reach in all the lands under our feet right now might be the best bet.
So we just have to start digging?
You might be able to, but we would slow you down in the areas.
That makes sense. We have to do this as a team. I have to carry you guys up.
Who would tell tales of your deeds if you left us behind?
What? Well spoken. That almost brought a tear to my eye. But Ares doesn't cry.
However, Vidiri, I mean, I speak of fire giants, and you are a fire genasi, and from a community of fire genasi, perhaps you might illuminate this situation. Oh, I see what I did there. Illusional.
I kept to myself for most of my life, all of my life. I was close with my family, but
Does your family have any sort of rumors or
why
sort
are you
of
asking
past?
about my family? Don't worry about my family.
Okay, I'm not worried about your family. I'm talking about what your family might know about places of heat and lava and stuff.
Not.
Nothing?
No, that's just dumb what you asked.
Yeah, apparently.
Luke, I got a 16 on the history check. So I'm trying to think to myself of any fiery chasms or volcanoes that I've seen or heard about on my travels.
You are aware that there are some volcanoes in an island chain to the east, but there's no active volcanoes on mainland Etheria. So.
Ashali, have you been in the land of Etheria long?
No, but time is very different for me, I suppose. Here.
Do you have friends, allies, who you can turn to?
No. I am alone here, but I'm not even supposed to be here. I don't actually know how I came to be in this plane, but I need to return.
So there seems to be a great many turnings occurring at once here. We have the disappearance in Elnest.
Just apparently spreading south.
Now Ashali, an elemental on the material plane.
Maybe not just spreading on our land, but elsewhere as well.
Corruption and the blight in the north. We find ourselves bound towards Ishvanor.
Maybe we need to just go there anyway.
You appear to have been coming from the place that we were heading, Ishvanor, Ashali. And I kind of say this to the group, and particularly Aradin. Are we likely to see a strong Imperial presence there?
So Aridin's the one that responds.
Aradin.
There's many garrisons. The Warden of the North is stationed there. She oversees the Northern Legions and controls the Empire up here. But there are probably, last count about 5 legions in the Northern Empire.
Aridin, you seem to be no friend to the Imperials and the Templars going by the
That's
last
one way to look at it.
15 minutes.
No friend is an understatement, Lollyfoot. He seems to have a vendetta,
I think, yeah,
which is great because we got them killed.
there's still some vendetta in his beard.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, can you just? And she grabs it
Hey!
and then pockets it.
I was touching.
I would not want to take this young woman back to an area where she is at risk. But this is your caravan, Aridin.
Well, if she stays human, she might be alright. But I don't know how to get home. I can't cross planes.
Ishmael.
Powerful magic user for that.
I suspect Aladin might be speaking true. I mean, Ishmael, what do you think the likelihood, if Ashali, if you do want to accompany us, what do you think you think it likely that the Imperium, the guards, would recognize her?
Following Imperial policy, once a prisoner has been captured and is on board to transport, unless word gets back to a local garrison, the typical procedure is, what's the next thing? We forget our previous jobs and we have a tendency to focus on the next thing. So as far as the local garrison would be up here, everything's peachy. And there's not going to be any word travelling around anytime soon that it's anything but peachy.
And we also have our master of disguise here, our very own performer.
And you turn and it's
And
you.
and I wink at, I wink at myself.
And I wink. And he winks back at you. Somebody drank your breakfast.
Get a room. Hey, Falsus. At that, you guys can literally fuck yourself.
I appreciate the thought, Lilith. I can see that I'm firmly wedged in your mind.
Always.
Deeply. Charlie, I guess we travel that way, and our course is north for Ishvanor. If you would travel with us, we may be able to keep you safe, but in these lands, there is no guarantee.
I'll have a little other option, so I suppose I'll stay with you. Yes.
How do we all feel, Vadiri? Oh, sorry, fearless leader.
I am glad you called upon me. Yes, since I single-handedly rescued Ashali, I feel it is not only my duty, but my solemn task to make sure we burn all the forests and find all the volcanoes until Ashali's back.
Our quarry is leading us to Ishvanor. DM, how big is Ishvanor? Is it like medium size?
Wonderful question.
Not as big as the capital.
Now, I can tell you that information.
Wonderful. I would appreciate the information to be given to me when you are ready
And
and
now
timely
just
manner
trying
at
to
your
remember
earliest convenience.
where I wrote down the size of all the cities.
For understanding the size of the city would be useful, but
It is a large city.
Okay,
It is
yeah.
the elven capital.
Wonderful.
You know that it initially was its own. The elven nation was its own independent kingdom, but was taken over by the empire, and that a council of elves is a sort of a figurehead or a nominal figurehead of state, but the warden of the north, who is the imperial governor of the city, has the real control and is heavily patrolled and controlled by imperial forces.
Wonderful. I believe taking Ashali back to Ishvanor would actually be fortuitous. It is a relatively large city. We could find certain individuals, I believe they call them plane walkers, people that are able to have magics to transport between certain realms. So if we can't find a natural door, we can always find someone who can force one open.
Seems like a pretty good.
The stars align, as it were.
Eleni, your thoughts?
Let's try and go for your brain.
Lollipop.
I'm down to do some good.
I'm just down to do
I stare into your eyes. Are you?
You're staring at yourself. Are you?
Ooh, that's meta.
Maybe I just look at you like you know that you can just absolutely sin in this skin suit, right?
That's right.
Sensational.
I'm gonna need some honey. I'm gonna need a badger.
Some Pepto-Bismol.
Some Pepto-Bismol. A really, really high quality artist.
And 8 horses. Some industrial adhesive.
And I can't believe I'm asking, but Lilith, what are your thoughts on accompanying Charlie and protecting her in the short term?
Oh, totally fine. She seems like fun. She was, down with the established regime, right, Lolliput?
About the power.
Yeah, that's the one. She was the one that was captured, and who knows, maybe she's, needs to get home. Seems like a good thing to do. That seems weird. Maybe we don't do that.
Given the size of the city, just how likely are we to hide a body successfully if needed?
Are you thinking of carrying one with you?
Nope.
Eleni, are you thinking about...
Nope.
Where's the body?
No, it's gone.
I
You're
think she's
standing
talking,
on it, but it's gone.
I think she's talking about new ones, right?
Should we create new bodies? I think she's implying.
And let's be honest, how successfully you've been there, I haven't. How successfully can we hide a body there?
Every large city has sewers.
Excellent. Good to know. Thank you.
Find the nearest pig pen.
You're really good at this. I like it.
Thank you.
Like the hiding of bodies and stuff.
Just need to think ahead.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like I said, I have a skill set, and it changes every week. But at the moment, it's hiding bodies. I like to be prepared.
Making bodies, hiding bodies.
Making bodies, breaking bodies, and taking bodies away.
Write the theme tune, sing
But
the
why
theme
would we
tune.
stray from our current path of body dealing? Don't we just keep burning them? No one can identify a body from a pile of ash, can they?
Yep. Sure can.
There's the matter of teeth. People can count them. Remember our goblins back in Honest?
Oh yeah, actually Lilith, while you're collecting, can you just sort that out?
Of who? What?
Just whatever you find.
But yes,
I already have. I've got a bunch of stuff. I'm still holding all the weapons and gear stuff that I took from
And I
people.
just chuck you a little jar of teeth, and I'm like, new collector's item.
She's like, you can go with the toenails.
Yes.
Oh, that's very nice.
And if you shake them, music.
And then the toenails. I won this off I gave I think you call them homeless people.
Ah, I've won that jar of teeth.
I gave him a gold and he gave me this because he was just like, I asked him for something and this is what he gave me and I gave him gold for it.
You were paid.
Did I? I don't understand the value of money
Yeah.
in this land.
And those are toenails?
Yeah, these
Are
toenails.
they toenail clippings or the whole nail?
No, no, there's one full one there.
Oh.
Well, we know what else we need to collect.
Somehow that undervalues the crossbow bolt that you're wearing around your neck.
Did you at least bandage his toe after you were done?
No, he gave them to me. I must have already fallen off or something.
You always assume the worst of us.
Eleni,
I thought you
that
were meant
is
to be hopeful.
hardly the case. Well, to be
And I
fair-
lean in on Lenny and I just go, well, Foster's doesn't need to know this, but I got my gold back by slitting his throat.
I'm sorry.
And I'd say that so you can't hear.
It was a whisper, okay?
Well, did you have to? Our dungeon master's just returned, so I guess he didn't ask you to roll. So fair enough.
We're planning a coup, you don't know about it.
Cool.
And this is my
Luckily, it's
favorite.
all
I get the little
recorded.
tiny whistle and I blow on it. So any fey creatures around hear this whistle sound.
What in the world? Everyone look out! There's a bee! There's a bee!
And there's
We also hear a
there's
screeching
very
sound.
much, like a little dog ear twitch to Lilith's ear, and then she blows even harder again, and it's really piercing.
Your eyes starts twitching.
And I'm just like it's actually not too bad for me, but for you it'd be.
Yeah.
Having its face blown on you, just like
Guys, I think I was getting attacked by a drumstick again. I heard just a loud screech. Did anyone see a feed in the skies?
Oh yeah, I saw it. I think you should start running.
What on earth
I
are you all
heard it,
talking
which is
about?
what-
There's nothing around.
That
This is
loud.
a whistle that only fey creatures can hear.
Fey creatures.
Yes, like him.
Right.
Oh, we were discussing Fae before.
We'll talk about it another time.
Excellent.
Shall we do this while we travel?
Yes, I
Yes.
think that's a good idea. But
do we have a
who
horse or are they all on
who
fire?
wants
I assume
who
we
wants
walk
the
the
stuff?
outside.
Because I don't want this stuff.
I'll take the gold.
And if you don't, no, I already took it.
You don't even understand the value of money. Give me the
I know it's important.
Okay,
I'm gonna-
you pay the person that did the most impressive killing.
I want none of this, and I walk away.
Well, do you want the warhammer?
Yes.
No.
I just want to see you pick it up.
So according to my identification spell, the Warhammer is a Warhammer of warning. It will basically allow you to never be surprised as long as it's on your person.
I'm so alert already.
Throw it to you.
I'm going to politely walk over whilst you're giving out gifts and looking at the shield.
Yes.
If anyone, no one objects, I have lost my previous shield. I would love to get a new one if that's alright with the rest of the party.
I object. I would like the shield.
I understand. Go for it.
No.
How about you fight to the death for it?
Excellent.
I'm alright.
I'm gonna like walk 10 feet back, draw my sword, get ready.
I'm just going to stand just completely still.
Can I just kind of like pick up the shield and walk towards Ares and then just double back?
Yeah, I just
Thank
if you just take it off me, I just sort of give it to you, and I'll let you guys
Frisbee
decide.
it at you. Yeet.
As you've taken it to whoever you've given it to, I'm just like, that is a sentinel shield. It will, while you have it, enhances your cognitive capabilities of perception, and allows you to react a little bit quicker in combat. So it gives you advantage on perception checks and initiative checks.
So I'm just never surprised.
And you just can never be surprised, as long as you got the Warhammer on you, yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
Like, well, nothing's changed. 'Cause
Yeah.
That's just how learning
I'm
rolls.
just elite.
Well, it means that, so alerts wouldn't work if you were asleep, but the Warhammer would wake you if danger was nearby.
The pick of like warning, like
So what you're saying is I have a danger sense
What's
that
it called?
works.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sick.
Yes.
Let's go.
That had no
Yeah, once
impact
again,
on
warning.
what I decided what the hammer was going to be.
Actually, it's made of foam rubber.
Sorry, it's even better than that. So you have advantage on initiative rolls, my apologies, as well. So both of you now have advantage on initiative rolls. And in addition, anybody within 30 feet of you cannot be surprised.
Ooh, you're all welcome.
The weapon magically awakens you and your companions within range if you're sleeping naturally when combat begins. So we can basically never be surprised as long as we're within 30 feet.
now I
Because
feel
I'm
like a fool
huge, I
for
take
taking
up
alert.
food. Yeah, you goofed.
I goofed up.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got a load already, don't you?
Yeah, I've already got alert. I done goofed.
You're like, wait, I could get an item for this?
Twice as fast, twice as alert.
Double alert.
You've just been
Always
drinking
on
coffee all
coffee.
night.
Yeah.
One cup of coffee would be too much for Aries.
My labeling of this just says danger sense, but works.
Dungeon Master, how well have we covered our tracks, as it were? As
Has anyone been covering our tracks?
well,
So
I
far, no
burnt
one has-
everything down,
Yeah.
and I collected the teeth.
Yeah.
And I peed on the ashes. I don't know.
are there
Buried them in a hole.
We've got kind of this system down pat that we've pretty much scrubbed the area clean.
Cool guy,
We're very-
serial killer, effective.
We're good at covering our tracks because we have
problem
to.
solution?
So how did we cover the giant scorch marks all over their road and
Bro, they
burn marks and trail of fire and burn from
We
dragged my ass.
400
Try-
feet through the forest?
tried our best to start a little bit of a larger controlled burn, which looked like a lightning strike gone astray.
So it's all wild. There's a huge
Say
wildfire
tiger.
raging behind you.
Yeah,
as you
like a
walk.
dog that has
Cool
worms.
guys walking
Polish the
away.
cobblestone.
A little bit of backburning.
He had a genuine idea, and I'm like, I don't know, dumb.
She started pretending like a dog that has worms, just scratching. Is that effective?
You tell me.
It exfoliates.
Onward, adventurers!
Get some
Onwards!
Did I get back in the back of the car to go sleep?
Yeah, I assume then that I'm just dragging the cart along because all of our horses.
So
have
we
been
can
on
continue
fire.
along
No,
on
ours is-
Oh, my
our
house is
journey.
fine.
Yeah, ours is fine.
Yeah, can we fight something?
That depends. Roll a d20.
Oh yeah.
Purple one.
It's Kraken
Last time
time.
I did it.
That was around lunchtime. So now, after covering our tracks and searching and talking, it's now sort of mid-afternoon.
May I have a short rest?
That would have counted as a short rest because they were all.
Do we all short rest?
All you really did was.
What's my hit dice again? Wait, does that mean I got my 4 health back?
Only if you
Yeah,
use
you
it.
Only if you
Hit
own hit
Pardon?
dice.
You can if you roll a hit dice and get it back.
My hit dice is
And
I use-
you're a barbarian, so yes, you would probably.
I was gonna say, like,
Four
it doesn't matter.
So.
I will
I
spend
expect
a
my
hit
arcane
die.
recovery to
Oh, dude,
get
what's
back. My 2 level 1 spell slots.
Nifty.
Oh my god, I rolled a 4. Let's go.
Is that the
You
perfect
could have
amount?
spent.
It was a perfect amount. I didn't get any more, but I didn't
Swish.
stuff it up.
Efficient.
Queen.
Yes.
Yeah. Way to go, sister and lady.
While we're travelling in the wagon, Lollypop would like to lean over to Lilith and be like, hold out this amulet. Is there any way you could identify
I thought you didn't
this?
want it identified.
I don't want you to.
I forgot about that.
I'm not going to take it. I was offering to identify it.
Like,
So
they
you
don't
weren't
want
going
to
to
know.
take it.
No.
And you are going to identify it.
Necklace.
I mean, if it looks good, I might take it anyway.
Wait, no. That's
Advantage
That's off the
on
table
skill
completely.
rolls.
Like you could stop me.
Oh,
I
it's
won't.
so key to open it.
Baby.
I've been struggling this one.
No, I can identify it for you.
Thank you
Give-
very much.
give-
Those are
just-
both smoke.
You have to give it to me though.
Do you want to know?
Yes, you do.
This is a trust exercise.
I grab it and I pretend to throw it over the edge and then don't. And then I go.
I'm kidding.
And I'll start casting identify on the amulet.
And Luke's gonna start googling what it is. It looks like a necklace. Way
It's
to go.
okay. It's like a 10-minute ritual anyway.
Yeah,
We
good.
got time.
So we continue on. Can you roll a d20 for me, please, Eleni? Because
I already did. I rolled a 12.
you rolled a 12.
Yeah. How many krakens are we fighting in the middle of
12.
land?
You do hear, and your danger sense goes off, as you do hear a loud growling coming from beside the road.
Guys, my Warhammer's working. Warhammer warning.
A pair
Warhammer
of
warning.
large brown bears
Not what I thought you were
breaks
gonna
cover and races towards you.
say. Are they druids or bears?
You don't know. They're bears at this point.
Just ask them.
Ooh.
Oh look!
Wait.
Dinner!
Let me just. Bears are druids.
So we're not in combat yet, correct?
They're charging us.
No,
They're charging, so.
Yeah, but I have beast sense and speak with animals, and I'm not fighting yet.
Amulet
so-
of the drunkard.
Of the drunken.
Drunkard.
You turn into the goblin or whatever it is every time.
Amulet of the drunkard.
Drunkard.
That's interesting.
I'll look it up.
What did
It's a
do?
healing thing.
What did do chickens do?
It's
You
pretty
know,
good.
everyone. I will defend us from the bears, and I'm gonna like do a quick little dash in front of them, and then zoom off down the path, trying to act as like
Yeah, that's pretty good.
as a juicy chicken nugget bait.
Here.
And
I was just gonna cast speak with animals, and I was gonna say, yeah, I wouldn't.
You can have that. Because she doesn't like the beer.
You have to speak with animals.
Yeah, I speak with animals, and I have beast sense. Because I'm a beast.
Does everyone have spells?
Yeah.
She's totally
I
right.
yeah. I just have
Yeah,
beast
that's why.
Yeah.
Then Pulse
I was at least thinking like,
Oh,
this barbarian
no.
doesn't have spells.
What's it do?
Yeah.
Don't
So
it'll be
once
unbearable.
per
Nah.
day, you can, when you drink ale, mead, or wine, you can regain
I don't remember
44
what beast
plus
sense even gives me.
Oh,
It's just
wow.
me, like,
Breakfast
oh.
wine is not really a benefit for it because you've already healed from the night before. You've had a big night,
Put
so.
an amulet room.
Alright.
Stay.
She's going to be in there. So there are bears approaching. What would you like to do?
I would like to speak with animals, and I just say, yeah, I wouldn't.
Roll an
Well,
intimidation
makes
check if you would
sense.
like to try and scare them off.
Okay.
Yeah, bears aren't very smart.
Can I give her advantage?
Sure. There it is.
Yeah, I know. I'm just doing this.
They're not smart.
What was I doing
Big
again?
worse
Sorry.
than I thought.
Intimidation.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So yeah,
Especially if she can speak.
I got a 17,
Speak to them.
and I.
What do you say to them? Yeah,
Yeah, I
just
wouldn't.
don't. Are you being threatening and...
Bro, I'm 6'9", and I just killed someone with a
Bears are
carriage.
bigger than 6'9". He's like 8 foot tall. He's not scared of your
Fuck him up, I
physicality.
like it.
Grunt while you do it.
Alone.
Grr.
A bear's natural predator
It's me.
is forest fires.
We got two, man.
Oh no.
Air
yes.
smoky, I wouldn't.
So they are sufficiently frightened by Eleni's display of aggression and brazen courage,
And then I blow them a kiss.
and they do begin running back into the forest. This
I got
guy,
the rapier out. I'm just
the
like.
big one, just goes back down on his all
That was
fours
easy.
and just sort of turns and saunters away.
I love you. I just want to send them really mixed messages.
He
Like
turns.
really violent, and then I
He
like
turns
kind
back.
of blow them a kiss and like I love you so much. Yeah, that's what I thought, big boy.
That's very
Anyway.
confusing, but oddly arousing.
That's what they all say.
No one wanted to fight something.
Yeah, I don't fight bears.
That's what you
They're
roll.
cute.
I feel like Baldur's Gate 3 has really put bears into a strange place in our culture.
But also like bear totem, let's probably not.
Yeah, fair enough.
Don't want to kill my homies, you know.
True.
Yeah.
You feel a kinship with bears. They feel a kinship
Yeah, that's
with you.
why immediately they were like, ooh.
Not too scary.
She could get
Not too tasty. Just right. They wander off.
the porridge is
Um,
just right.
so as the evening approaches,
Sound right.
you do come across. You come into the vicinity of a very large river that is sort of meandering and bending across the countryside, and you know that this is the Venor River, which runs through the Elven capital, and that there should be a fork in the road heading east, and continue on northward across a large bridge to head towards the dwarven capital of Mordun, which is Araden's final destination via the Elven capital. So you do see that crossroad or that branch beginning to just in the distance as you approach.
So one will take us to Moradin. Mordrin.
Mordun,
And the other one will take us to.
Ishvanor.
Ishvanor.
Yes.
But we are going to Mordun via Ishvanor.
Yes, the end destination for Araden is Mordun with
And
his
he's going to go
shipment.
through Ishvanor.
He's agreed to go through that way.
It's like
Although
a
I could
scene.
probably be convinced to let you guys go and continue on.
Because
So.
Stay, yeah,
He's had plenty of
stay
fun.
on the highway or go off to the scenic route to the Ishmael.
We've got fabulous breweries. in
Yeah.
Ishvanor.
They definitely do.
Yeah.
Can Vidiri go through water? Like, dumb question probably, but.
I'd say so. I mean, it's just the hair that's on.
Oh, it's just-
fire,
right, okay.
so.
We did establish you weren't a Charmander.
Right.
See, that must have been one of the episodes.
We
haven't-
haven't tested that theory yet, though.
I'm not asking to, just so we're clear. I do draw the line at murdering us for now. But, like, I just wanted to make sure before a river kraken arrived.
What are you plotting over there?
Nothing you knew.
Science.
I heard the words river kraken, so she's playing in something else.
Nice.
I cast fireball.
I also
Not
cast
yet.
fireball. We all cast fireball at the river to really let it know who's boss. And we all rolled nat 20s.
So,
We intimidate
DM.
the river.
Yeah.
I like it.
has Vidiri been continuing to charge forward at the front of the pack the whole time?
No.
No, you've rejoined us?
Yeah.
Oh, so you chilled out after the...
No, of course. Yeah, we were all together ages ago, and the chick was under the thing and everything.
We're bonding experience.
That's like a
That is
name,
a
you know.
beautiful summary. The chick was under the thing and the thing.
No, she's talking about the one we
dead
killed.
Yeah, the dead one.
Oh,
Oh, did you guys fucking hear that? Was that a ghost? Oh my god.
beyond the grave.
Oh no, do you guys want to like paper, scissors, rock to see where we go? Or do we just want to go...
I know we're going to
We're going
Ishmael.
to-
We're just going to fuck up
Yeah.
2 towns? Love it.
Yeah.
Alright, cool, let's go then.
I don't know about the fucking up part. It's certainly headed to Ishmael.
We know there's sewers, it's fine.
Right. Yep.
So you guys,
At this
we're
point, we
gonna.
can't avoid it.
Sorry, I made a mistake of reading the chat.
Wait, is it just a good question?
No, it's just a joke.
Share with the
Are you
group.
gonna tell
I
us
like
the
it.
joke?
I like it.
Oh, yeah,
Sure.
that's good. I like that.
Can we know the joke?
No.
Carry on.
Seeing everybody.
Half an hour.
So the road branches off. Aradin steers the wagon eastward towards the Elven city. But you see his eyes linger to the north. He seems eager to return.
When will my husband return from the war?
Come on, Aradin, I'll buy you a bottle when we get to Ishvanor.
I'll have a keg.
I'd said a bottle.
Keg.
Well, I'll pay a bottle's worth, you can fork over.
I'll
The
take
Lilliput is good for it. He'll buy you a
Off your
cake.
payment, I agree.
Lilith will fork me the money to buy you a cake.
I don't know what money is.
Aye, good.
She claims she doesn't, but she has money around her neck.
Aye, it's like 50 gold's like not much. If you give me 50 gold, I can probably get a drink for everyone.
Aren't you paying
maybe.
us?
Not much.
Last time I checked, yes.
Yeah.
We
no.
bottom
Is
shelf
50
stuff.
is 50 a lot? What is it? What are you getting for 50 gold?
Well, you know what the
Maybe
shiny
a
things
glass
keep
or two
tucking
of
away.
something, possibly.
What?
Maybe a glass or two of something.
A glass or two of something.
Yeah, water probably.
Breakfast one.
Does that sound? Is 50 a lot? Is that like
Water
a
in
big
this
amount?
50
economy.
for water. There's water right there. He's having a
Ah,
laugh.
you're welcome to give it that if you like.
Gold in the river!
It's perfectly. Look. Look. It's a dead elk.
I look at Lolliput, I point up street, there's like a deer in it, She's
See, it's fresh.
What is it? It's 50 gold worth. You 20 new crafts.
I don't know if it's canon. Was that canon?
I think it was.
Con save!
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I think you did kiss one last time, so you're probably like, oh my god, it tastes the other place.
When in Fantasy Rome.
Anyway,
No, that's further south.
The deep south.
Yeah,
That's part of the deep south.
all the dark things are in Aralar.
can we
And
just
ye
like...
olde New York.
All right. What have we established? Are you giving him 50 gold? Or?
No, I'm looking at you. I look at you and I'm just
It was worth a try.
I'll give him a fine.
It's for 50 gold. Aaron, apparently Lolliput wants you to drink the pea water.
He reaches back and just flips over a little blanket in the way and goes, I'd wash my own anyway. And just starts pouring from his keg.
I just wanted to buy my boss a drink. What the?
I love
Isn't this what people do?
That's what you do.
I don't know.
Now,
Is it?
I'm just going to say it now because I don't want anyone to get surprised. When we get there, I might look a little different, alright?
Different how?
Ooh.
Oh, wait,
Samesies?
wait, but we never
Oh,
get
are you-
surprised.
Are you doing a Lolliput thing? Where you're going to transform and make yourself look different
Well, I
because
can't do it
you're
myself,
on the
but
run?
I've got something that will help with it.
Should we compare notes so we don't turn up looking the same way? That
Well,
could be
I'm
embarrassing.
still going to be a dwarf, but I'm going to look a bit different.
Just don't look like Aaron when you get there.
Yes, no, don't do that.
I'll also be a
Wait.
dwarf.
Actually, wait.
You want to
what
avoid?
do you mean don't do?
You want
No.
to avoid the Imperium, or do you want
He's going
them
to not.
to empty the garrison?
I'm the wrong person to ask.
What's the right answer?
Well,
You want
I
to
don't wanna
avoid the
fight.
Imperium and Common Forces, which means you've got to pretend to be Aaron.
I can tell you the fun
No.
answer.
don't do that. I'm pretending to not be me, so if you be me, that's pointless, isn't it? Really?
It's a distraction.
Well, I'll be alright, yeah. I'll be fine.
Okay.
Because the three of us are in the cart. I don't think anybody else
No,
is in the cart
they're all
somewhere in
walking.
this conversation.
I walk past and,
You can overhear, he's not being quiet.
No, I don't.
and I throw a whisper to Lolliput. This could be a test.
Ace the test.
And what would the right answer be if this was a test? I've never had a test before.
Wouldn't be a test if I told you. Oh.
Okay. I think I know what to do. I'm happy to smash cut till we get to the city.
Honestly, can we just teleport into the fight?
Alright,
Someone's made a mistake.
So you continue on through the day, through that evening. The city, you can see the lights of the city as you know the forest, the trees around you slowly grow into a heavy forest, which you know, or Izmir knows that the Elven capital is within the forest. And you see the lights of the city. It is a large city, having, you know, Izmir roughly. There it is. 150,000 people, mostly Elven, but there is a large human presence because of the Imperium and the presence of the legions. And it is the city itself lies within the forest, but There is a heavy wall that looks like it is recently built, probably after Imperial takeover, and the forest continues within the city. There is a lot of presence of a lot of trees. It's clearly been deforested to an extent to accommodate expansion by the Imperial.
On the way to Ishvanor, I tended to Charlie's wounds as best I could. So salves, healing, that
Yep.
sort of thing to try
Very
to
well.
make her look less like a creature who has recently been tortured and beaten. Is there anything that we do to, I'm not sure what we've got. I mean, we have traveling clothes and things like that because she probably need. You gave her your jacket.
Yeah.
And it's just fully open at the front. It's fully no one. Like.
So I think I had a spare set of common clothes, but
Yeah.
I'm rather tall.
I have common clothes.
I think we should all
Oh,
call
half.
I have flying clothes, but for a male, so.
Yeah.
Oh, I had the.
Between us all.
I had like the leather armor for gals, and I think it's way too small for me, so that would probably work, wouldn't it?
Yeah, sure.
Armor sounds good.
So she will take the time to don that armor. Although no, she opts not to wear leather armor.
God, don't be picky. Clothes are.
Well, it will impact my ability to use magic.
Okay, so strip if you need to, dog. But like right now, you
Well, I
can't
could probably
walk in with
burn it
everything
off
whipping
myself.
out.
Alright, as a disguise, I'll wear it.
There we go.
We don't have to.
I can't believe I'm the reasonable one here.
You know.
I don't have to catch a cold. Put some clothes on.
And Charlie, I hope I don't need to enforce it, but I will say it because it seems to be a message that needs to be kept being told to people.
This is
I
what
was just
Scrap-
doing this behind his back.
I'm just rolling my eyes.
Charlie, young one, discretion in the city.
Yeah,
One of
that's
the
why you
old
can't
life will
walk
be
with you
forfeited.
cat out.
Eleni, please.
Am I wrong?
I can't
Often.
what I am. If they come after me, I've got to defend myself. There's no hiding it. Magic will
Up
reveal
close
it
to a pretty good
immediately.
job, I'd say.
I'm just. You obviously stand out. You don't need to bring an entire city down upon us. Once again, discretion.
Follow my lead. I'm very discreet.
Yes, I like this one.
Don't worry. You and me. I'll make sure we're discreet.
So we can see the wall now, correct?
Yes.
Or- okay, so because Ares is so discreet, can I tell him a fable of a hidden doggy door in the wall? Send him out to find it.
Sure, if you require.
Alright, if it's 150,000 people, how big does that make the city?
You do it in a turn.
Look, I can do 150 in a turn.
Oh god.
So how many turns would it take for me to loop it without getting tired?
We camp outside the city for several nights whilst Ares does recon of the city.
Walking like a dog trying to sniff out a tree. Just along
It
the
is
wall.
around this point that Aradin, his appearance does change. His black hair now appears to be like a gingery colour, streaked with grey. There are a few new scars and things on his face, and his nose is a bit more hooked than it was previously, as he uses his item, his magical amulet, to cast disguise self on him.
Well, colour me not surprised.
I'd like to do my new disguise in scene, if possible.
Grey with ginger streaks.
What? No. Could I take the reins here for a second?
Yeah.
So to speak. So we're going to arrive at, like, I'm guessing some sort of guard checkpoint.
Yes.
And there'll be some sort of exchange that will happen with Aradin and these guards. And so it's kind of almost like if you're looking at this shot in a movie, like moving from behind Aradin like this, you'd see a human with dark short hair, a white lab coat, or a white coat, which is for all intents and purposes a lab coat, and some sort of kind of like, stethoscopy like thing around his neck. And he would say, "How's it? My name is Bilton Carruthers, and I am a professional medical doctor."
Okay.
What's the name?
What's
his name
in
is
the
Bilton.
wagon, Doctor?
Bilton Carruthers, excuse me?
What's in the wagon?
You ask my friend here.
I've got it. I've got the ledger here. It's destined for more doing, but we're having a stopover to see if there's anything here worth buying. He pulls out his paperwork. It's all properly signed, and they check it and pass through. What's a doctor doing here?
treating the sick and helping the poor.
We've got clerics for that.
But science will help us where clerics fail.
Science.
Science is a magical profession that
Magic, say clerics.
but without magic, which is what makes it so magical.
But if it's not from the gods, how does it work?
Imagine
And why is it legal?
Imagine a method of healing that cannot be taken away by some arbitrary force.
But it's the gods who decide our fates.
But what if it was you, my friend?
Well, that sounds blasphemous to me.
He's going to kind of step in a little bit here and just ever so subtly just kind of give you the...
Yizmir, my friend.
Yes, I am his friend.
Yizmir is a cleric, and I have healed them on many occasions using the power of science.
I'm going to gently walk over to the guard and kind of whisper in his ear, he's one of my patients. just play along, please.
Oh, a malady of the mind. Okay.
Yes, I'm getting to a temple as soon as I can. Just play along. Thank you.
Make a persuasion check for me.
Yizmir, when will you get to these people I can help?
That's 15.
Well, all right. Yes. Well, you could take him to that kind of malady. I don't know. More. Who do you think? Let's see. Oh, I would say maybe Ayun, possibly, with the wisdom and knowledge to heal. But I don't know. I'm sure the priests and the clerics will be able to help you.
That's wonderful advice, my good friend. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yes, we've got many people to help along the way, my good friend.
Fantastic.
Come along, Doctor. Your patients await.
Good journeys, Doctor. Cleric.
If you should ever need assistance, my friend, please come to me.
I'll write it down.
The name's Bill Dog Carruthers.
He doesn't write anything down.
I don't know where the syllable breaks are in that. Like, what's
Just write down whatever you think it says.
awfully bold if you trust him
Probably-
on writing.
Probably still incorrect.
It's very simple. Bill Tom Carruthers.
Like dried meat.
I teach languages and this hurts me.
I've got built on Carl others.
Carruthers, my
I
friend.
think it's Carruthers
Bill-
with a
Bill-
slightly even
Exactly.
drop.
Cow others.
Carruthers.
Yeah, Carruthers.
Built-in cow others.
What's a good one?
Just to really sell it, because I don't know how out of place I look here, considering there's like, what is it, like Elvish and then...
Half-orcs aren't that uncommon.
Oh, cool. Okay. Well, anyway, I'm just gonna, I don't know, scratch my finger on something and be like, oh no! Save me with medicine! And then drool a little bit while I just to really look like you just bring in a whole bunch of really, really kind special.
I just want to have like
a
a little
science
flag.
check. Yeah.
Just a little white flag.
Science
and
check.
just-
Come on.
Yeah.
I expect,
Save me with science and medicine!
I expect you need a performance check, since I am a scientist, which would make it a 22. Thank you very much, madam. Please come this way. It is a very common accident one may find
Elves are
around here. Yes, please. No, step closer. I
This
will
is
have to
turned
avail
into a
for you.
commercial.
While this
Yeah,
happens,
you
I'm
gaff.
looking here like, if you
Oh,
top this up, I will break you in half. You understand that,
The
right?
wound
You see, the
disappears with
stakes
no
are
magic.
real.
I said it very quietly.
Can I move off into like the crowd while they're distracted
Can
and
you
just
stop
grab
pickpocketing?
something?
Yeah, thank you.
Go ahead and make the slime pain check.
Oh my god, while this is happening, while they're, I don't know, looking at something else, I've just taken out some of my teeth daggers. And I'm like, my teeth are gone. We're really gonna start doing some magic tricks here.
Infections of the blood can strike in very unpredictable ways. Now, sir, you at the front of the crowd, yes, the one with the bald head. Do you have a bottle of water on yourself?
I have a drink. I have a water skin.
Fantastic. With this magical science, I can turn your water into a magical healing potion. May I have your water
Really?
here?
What is science and magic? I don't know. Sure.
Sure. So,
We're about to start a full-
I am going to attempt to swap. So I have an illusion over myself at the moment, right? So I am going to, as I take his bottle, I'm going to pour. Like I've got a healing potion, which I am going to include into my disguise self illusion as something that looks like it is an empty vial.
Yep.
And then as I pour his water over the fake illusion, there is actually a real healing potion underneath that, which is kind of being wrapped in it, and I'm going to dispel that illusion to make it look like it's being full up with a healing potion.
Okay.
I'm having to burn as many subtle sorcery points as required to do this.
I'm just happy to be here.
All of the best. No, that's fine. Yeah, okay. We can do
Yeah.
that. That's fine.
Okay, so doing that, I'm like, oh, see, with a small amount of magical science powder in the bottom of this test tube, I have turned your water into a healing potion. Madam, if you would so be so kind.
And as I like put it up and cover my mouth, I just stick my daggers back in and drink it. I'm like, my teeth, my finger,
And he goes,
you're a hero.
and as you can see, please step closer. Yes, you in the backs, please come
Oh,
closer.
yes. Oh, could I purchase some of this?
Certainly.
Oh, yes.
Just a small down payment of, what would you say, madam? What would you pay for services such as this in your home?
I couldn't think of the limit. I would give you my firstborn and the deed to my house.
Firstborns are not necessary, but let's say 50 gold, and I shall give you a small measure of this magical powder, which you can administer any one of your, into any carafe. One might find to make near limitless healing potions.
It just helps filter out anything that you
The
might.
carafe is a mimic.
A carafe is a mimic. Make sure you do not pour it into a carafe, because it will turn into a mimic.
I'm about to cause some real
Um,
here, bro.
4 people rush forward and hand over 50 gold.
Great.
So 200
I administer
Oh, I liked it.
an equal portion of salt to each of them from my pack.
Jesus Christ.
As the small crowd that's gathered starts to cheer for what was a wonderful performance,
Thank you so much.
I walk off from the group into the city, go, clapping, applauding, saying, discretion, and I leave the group.
That's right. Discretion is the one which will lead you to the least injuries. But when you do have the injuries, come to us. We shall fix you up with a magical science of professional medicine that will fix your wounds. Thank you, my friend.
Should the fates bring us back together, we shall see.
I love you too.
Falsus is trying to get
Falsus is off. Falsus is done. Lilith, while this is happening, has snuck off into the crowd and pickpocketed a brass snuff box with a green powder inside.
Data Huffet.
Can I take a Charlie to the best place for 5 creatures, and I'll ask Vidira if they want to come. Can I take them to a library? Or like a bookstore?
I was expecting like a sauna.
That seems like a
There is a large library within the. You know that this is home. Well, actually, you don't know that this is home. So, asking around, you learn that the most likely place to find the library, and there is indeed a library in the Arcane Sanctum.
Charlie and Vidiri, in our quest to being discreet, I think the best place for you gals is I think we should head to a library. If you would you be so kind to join me to a library?
You sure?
I don't do this for
Charlie, would you like to come to the library with us?
What's a library?
I think it's the best place.
You about to
Just
find
lay
out.
low. It's nice and quiet. While
Sure.
while the rest of them
Let's go.
find the planeswalkers,
Let's go to the library.
we'll go to the library.
All right.
And I'm going to take the 2 beans of fire.
Are we swindling?
Does anyone else? Just okay. So you guys head off. It's about a 10-minute walk to the gates of the Arcane Sanctum, and what you find is a large double-winged building that has the connecting bit in the middle, and there's a huge double staircase leading up. But there is a desk at the front, and there are a lot of elves and humans going about. You see the odd gnome as well, the first gnomes that you've seen so far, and there is an older gnomish gentleman sitting behind a desk. He looks up from his little glasses and book. What brings you to the Sanctum? Home of knowledge and arcana within the Empire.
Perfect. Knowledge is exactly what we're seeking.
Oh, very good. What can we help you with? I can send a scribe or someone to find what you're after.
If you could just maybe send a scry with us, I would prefer to like walk in amongst the books and find some stuff. If you have anything on Realms of Fire, like
the fire plane.
the fire
Oh,
plane,
yes, okay.
maybe also like fighting for dummies or like the martial arts for
Fighting for
101.
Dummies. Well, we do have some tomes of that Written by the monks of the Order of Seven Sons that might help you with
Internal
some
conflicts.
fighting.
Yeah, I'd like
Sure.
I'd like to read a couple of things about the Realm of Fire and also
me
some
make you
books to help me with my sword skills.
Sword skills, okay. Well, the Adventurers Guild's probably a better place for sword skills, but I can get a researcher and see if there's any theoretical information here.
Excellent.
I think there's only so much you can learn from a book about stabbing people, but who knows? I wouldn't know. I don't stab people for a living.
You missing out.
Insight.
Well,
I have a mage hand.
well thank you for sending a scribe.
Well, I'll get a researcher for you, yes. I think that more assist.
Just remember,
But-
spread the name. Ares, the Colossal Titan. And
There's a Titan here.
no, that's my name. I'm
Oh.
Ares, the Colossal.
Cost? Are you sure? Perhaps while they're out little dictionary.
Nice.
Sir,
What about a thesaurus?
if you wouldn't
No,
mind, a dictionary would be nice. Even a thesaurus, so I can learn a few more words.
Absolutely, certainly. Is this a place of learning after all?
Excellent. And what was your name again? Sorry, sir.
My name is Coron.
Coron.
Yes. I'm a scribe here.
Excellent.
Also, I'm a teacher, but we also fill in around to help with the paperwork and things like that. Got to earn our
Wrong,
keep.
my friend.
Well, excellent. If you could just have the scribe come, or even you could come join us. I just want to bring my two friends just around the library.
Well, take a seat. I'll put the request in. I'll be here very shortly.
Excellent.
Would you like to do anything for Jerry or say anything to him?
Well, I'm definitely not going to walk in between any of the big, long things. I'm not going to go
Careful
that
that
deep.
hair
I'll
of yours. That's
just
famous
put that
arch
out there.
library.
Yeah.
So table talk. I love the fact that we just stole away a being of great power and fire. Ares walks right up to the biggest library in the entire country, announces himself and says, "Hey, you know anything about the fire plane?" I just love that.
It's gonna work out.
I have
I'm
intelligence. I actually think I'm pretty decent.
In the place where all spellcasters in the Empire get sent to learn about magic.
Yeah.
I knew it.
What could
Are we
possibly
still
go
just like
wrong?
swindling?
Don't worry,
people?
I am a master of discreet.
Amazing. Done. I'm in.
So, it is 10 to 10, so we can explore that if you like. We can see what the others are doing, or we can pick it up next week.
I'm happy to wait. I just wanted to light some books on fire.
Just
when the truth comes out.
The truth comes out.
Just wanted to cause a natural.
You're as bad as these ones.
Oh,
Ares never claimed to be good.
I never claimed to be anything. I was M. What's
Yeah.
do we want to? Can we run the con in 10 minutes?
Let's just see if anybody else has anything they want to do, and then
I'm just gonna be tagging along with the library with you
Library.
guys, to the library with you guys, and yeah, I'm
Classic
just wanting to see what
nerds.
happens.
I've arrived in Ishvanor knowing my quest is clear, seeing as my only motivation was to get to Ishvanor and I needed the caravan. And we can resolve it next week, but I'm seeking out Arctic the Gnome.
Yes.
Because Weller put me on a quest to gain more information about the Blight. So that's why I've gone into the city.
So your inquiries around the city lead you to find that Arctic the Gnome is the headmaster of the Arcane Sanctum.
People in high places. What do I know about the Arcane Sanctum?
That it is an arcane school for users of magic.
There's a library.
There's a library. But in essence, it is the place of learning of magic within the Empire and also history and so on.
So I think I'd know that for someone of his stature in an organization of such repute, that I'd have to request an audience.
Yes.
So I'm not sure in Ishvanor where I'd go, but I want to put together a formal request, so a memo, and I'll note, to the headmaster of the Arcane Sanctum, noting who I am, and dropping in there something about, basically, in a nice way of saying, Weller sent me.
Yep. Okay. So you do find a place within the grounds near the Arcane Sanctum.
And it'd be
that,
nice card, like embossed,
It is happy to
well
inscribe
scribed.
and and write that down in a nice calligraphic font for you.
Happy to pay the gold.
And they do charge you 5 gold for the service, but they do follow it lovely in a nice envelope and put a seal on it for you.
I also want to send this.
And then they address it to Arctic.
I let him know.
Headmaster
Oh, now
told me.
I will let him know that I'm staying at the.
Okay, so
Where does Arido show up?
brings us to. Hey buddy, you alright? Sorry, I'm gonna have to go and do that.
Fantastic. So I need a name.
Brothel.
No.
I've never been college.
Yeah, now I can't stop.
This short break is brought to you by 2 of our sponsors, Eldritch Foundry and Roll with Advantage. 12% off Roll with Advantage to get all the click-like dice, and 15% off to get all the minis.
Description and links.
On the socials and in the Twitch description.
If there was a place to add any notes, just tell them Coastal Conclave sent you.
Please do.
So
We
group.
need this.
So I think as a group we should decide the inn that Faustus is going to stay at.
The Rowdy Pony Inn.
The Rowdy
are
Pony.
us.
What's that?
Brothels are
Brothels
us.
are us. Okay, that's 2.
Christ.
Jesus Christ, that's 3.
Yep, it's done. Yep. I'm down with it.
Everyone's going funny, but I want something cool sounding for Aries.
What if it was something
Come
like,
back to me. I'm
what if
gonna
it was
look
something
around.
like Sin
Come back to me.
They come back to me.
They come back in.
Come back in. Actually.
Come back in. That's good.
Oh, that's actually really good. Come back in.
Yes, I did it by accident.
Sorry, Nina. I'm going to be staying at
No.
the come back in.
Bet you are, champ.
That does sound like a brothel.
Yeah, see, mine went, the minute you said that, mine went to,
it's like-
put it back in.
Come back to business. Come back in.
That's right. Get your card stamped again.
So I'm gonna write that down for you. You can change it. It is the come back in.
Love it.
Okay, we might call it there, guys. I apologise, but we'll pick up with this for next week.
Naming
and
the
I'll
end.
get this little fella to bed.
No, we've named it.
Yeah.
I would name it. All right, so send me the name.
You don't know.
We will.
I'll update the document. And so thank you for joining us, everyone. Thank you for sticking around. And hopefully we will see you all again next week.
Nice.
Or-